voice, I'm afraid, so just picture Majel Barrett voice. Last time on the U.S.S. Pendragon, Captain Talor and her valiant crew, and Nitro, were tasked with investigating a starship thought lost about a century ago. They encountered a patrolling Klingon bird of prey, which they saw off in orderly fashion. They were then able to begin their investigation into the U.S.S. Sentinel and what happened to her. They were able to see that about 3/5 of the saucer section had been lost somehow. The ship was low on power, but thanks to battery backups, there was just barely a breathable atmosphere environment in the star drive section. Upon beam over, the away team immediately saw signs of violent confrontation. They proceeded to main engineering, where they discovered more signs of violence. They were able to restore main power to the ship and proceeded to the bridge, at least what was left of it, where they found the main computer was damaged, but they were able to recover a partial fragment of the log from the moment the ship was disabled. It revealed that the crew were performing an experiment attempting to simulate conditions of a dying star and the gravity well contained within. The log was too corrupt to recover more information, but revealed there were 2 more working terminals, one in the briefing room and one in the captain's quarters. They split up, with Commander Anderson and Pro-2 heading to the briefing room, where 2 crew members from the Sentinel materialized before them and attacked. The pair bravely fought them off, while Captain Talor and Lieutenant Kine made their way to help. They were able to extract more information on the experiment that revealed the warp drive diverted power to a force field in the engineering section, when a power fluctuation occurred, which caused the force field to fail, exposing the crew to the effects previously contained within briefly. The away team decided to head to the captain's quarters together. All this, and the Tholians are on their way too.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lot to catch up on. Damn.
Forgot about them.
I was like,
Yeah, I
oh yeah,
practically
this will be
remembered.
fine.
Yeah,
Everyone
I was
always
like, oh, yeah,
forgets
I
about the
remember this.
Tholians.
Until it's too late.
Commander Anderson, Pro-2, are standing in the briefing room alongside Lieutenant Kine and Captain Talor, who arrived after Anderson and Pro-2 dispatched the ethereal officers. Lieutenant Selisk is transported over to the Sentinel to check on the away team. Using his tricorder to find the away team, he managed to navigate his way through the damaged hull of the ship, meeting with the rest of the away team in the briefing room. They are deciding the best route to take to the captain's quarters.
Captain Talor, if you were to put captain's quarters somewhere and figure out how to get there, where would you put them?
I would say the way that the shape the ship is in, it's probably in the most damaged part and inaccessible. But we'll figure this out. Pro-2, do you have a map or a schematic that you might have uploaded before we beamed over?
Probably. Or, of the original ship, probably. But I can't really tell you how much of the ship is damaged and where, other than percentage-wise.
Are we close to a ship's console?
There's
Like,
the
where exactly are we?
computer
Are we
terminal.
still in that, like, conference room that we were in?
Yeah. That has
Okay, and there is-
has a working computer terminal.
Okay. Working. Oh, we don't even have to fix it.
That's always first. Everything's usually broken.
Unfortunately, we can't just ask the computer to give us a path because the main computer is down.
So will the terminal even work?
It'll work, but we probably will have to do part of it manually.
Shall we access the computer and see what information we can find?
Yes. Pro2, why don't you do the honors?
If I may, Commander, last time we discovered that you knew these older systems better than I did.
Oh, fine.
That we did. You showed quite good proficiency in the older systems.
Captain Anderson accesses the computer terminal? Or Commander... Jeez.
I
Wow.
was going to say, have you just promoted yourself?
Yes, I did a field promotion of myself to Captain.
I don't believe you have the authority to give yourself a field commission.
Anyway. Access the computer terminal to try and locate an accurate damage map of the ship.
Do for me. Control Science difficulty 2, please. Complication range is 1. Task roll is 2.
Sorry, can you repeat that? Control Science.
Control Science difficulty is 2. Complication range is 1. Task roll is 2.
My character sheet does not look correct.
Do you have the correct character sheet selected?
Well, yeah, Benjamin Anderson.
I would say that's a very insulting question.
That's just, I don't know. What do I know? I'm the guy drugged up in the corner.
Well, we're lucky you're not asleep yet.
Here, I'll just show you what I'm seeing here, Shiv.
Just a refresher, what was the information on the ethereal crew members again? Like, did we get any readings or information off of them? I can't remember.
No, we just...
Okay, it was just combat.
It's an oddity.
Where it says sheet settings, click the cog on the left of it.
Okay. Oh, that's weird. Okay, it's never happened before. Sorry. All right.
It's okay. We all have trouble sometimes.
Was that Control and Science? Was that what that was?
Yes, please. Control Science difficulty is 2. Complication range is 1. Task roll is 2.
Oh.
Commander Anderson.
Oh.
Commander Anderson
Are you...
attempts to find the information on the way to the captain's quarters. Unfortunately, the computer terminal is too old. He tries percussive maintenance, and the computer terminal just says no.
What did you do to insult it?
This older model computer has a bit of a personality.
I would more think attitude with the way you treated it.
Apparently my skills are insufficient here. Would anyone else like to give it a try?
I think the problem was you kicked it in the wrong spot. Would you like me to give it a try instead?
Yeah.
All right, I approach the terminal. Crack my knuckles. Ah. What am I rolling to?
Control Science. I've just noticed that Commander Anderson rolled Control and Security.
Oh, I sure did. Well, it doesn't matter. I think I should probably accept that roll.
Okay. Control Science. Complication range is 1. Difficulty is 2. Perfect. Lieutenant Kind skillfully smashes the computer terminal right on the side in just the sweet spot. It flickers and then comes back to life and shows a path through various corridors that lead straight to the captain's quarters.
Well, looks
It
fairly
also shows-
straightforward.
It also shows that there is currently an energy anomaly in the ship's hangar bay. It seems to be affecting the ship's power systems.
Well, isn't that interesting?
I don't know if it would be wise for us to approach the anomaly.
The anomaly isn't close to where the captain's quarters, though, right? It's in the ship's
Completely
bay.
the opposite end of the ship.
Ah.
And you said it's affecting power.
Yeah.
Right? All through the ship, I assume?
Correct.
I think that we should split the party.
Can we tell if it's affecting the power flow to the computers in the captain's quarters?
It's affecting the entire ship.
Okay, so we're not quite sure.
Sorry. out of character a little bit. Nighthawk, what is your character's name?
Suvok.
Suvok?
That is correct.
Awesome.
No, just Suvok, not Suvok Awesome.
Oh, damn. Captain, shall myself and sorry, what is your rank, Suvok?
Lieutenant Commander.
I'm going to interrupt you there. I wouldn't split the party and send just 2 people down to Lahanger Bay. That's not going to win.
Damn.
Well.
I was actually
I really
just gonna say,
I really wanted to make things complicated.
the last time we split the party, 2 people ended up in trouble.
Plus, you also have to bear in mind, I only just got back to the Pendragon, so I'm disembarking from a runabout as you guys have gone.
Fair enough.
Well, I feel like if we're going to go, we should all go as a team.
Fine.
Mr. Anderson. Commander.
What do
Anderson.
you what do you say, Captain?
I think both are necessary trips. It's just a matter of we do not know what the anomaly is and how much danger it poses. It could be easy for less than a full complement to be overwhelmed.
So what are your orders?
I do believe we should get the information from the captain's quarters and then we can check out the anomaly. Thoughts?
Excellent. That sounds reasonable.
Are we picking Suvok up on the way, or is he meeting us somewhere, or what? Is it on the way to where we're going?
I'd say he could meet you up on the way.
Okay. Sounds good.
And there was no blockage or anything.
I guess we'll find out.
True. So we head to the captain's quarters.
The away team proceed on their way through the Hulk's corridors, leading carefully towards the captain's quarters in search of a working computer terminal, or even a log so they can fit the pieces together and find out what fate befell the ship. The corridors all show signs of battle, from scorch marks of phaser fire to bloodstains from fistfights. Dance across the walls of the once elegant ship. The away team approach a new section of corridor, only to find one of the panels blown out and a plasma conduit venting out ahead of them. They are a safe distance away to not be affected as the ship is able to vent the dangerous gas out. However, the gas is blocking the away team's progress, and this is the only way to get to the captain's quarters from here.
Is there
Have I
a
joined them yet?
Like,
Yes.
is he on the other side of the gas, or is he with us?
Oh, you're
now?
all together now.
Okay.
perfect?
Alright.
Could I go ahead and use my tricorder to start scanning the walls, try and see where the plasma line feeds through?
Yes. Insight. Science. Difficulty 3, please.
The difficulty is the task roll, correct?
No, sorry. You want to do task roll 2, complication range of 1, and you want 3 successes. Problem is, you're only rolling 2 dice.
Can I assist him?
Aha! How are you going to assist, darling?
I am
Sorry, how are you
going.
going to assist Lieutenant, darling?
I'm going to assist by having our tricorders work in parallel in order to boost the signal strength.
That sounds like enough bullshit for me. Go ahead and roll control and science. Task roll 1, complication range 1. Lieutenant Commander Subok. Insight, science, task roll 2, complication range of 1. Please. Yes.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Beautiful.
Lieutenant Suvok, roll 6 challenge dice for me, please. God damn you, roll 20. And again, please.
I'm like,
I'm roll 20, not roll 6. What are you doing here?
Well, at least it's telling you that he did roll 6. He just came up with nothing.
Roll 6
Try
challenge
that
dice
one more
again
time.
for me, please. Yeah, because roll 20 does not like these character sheets.
Oh, it'll come up in about 20 minutes.
There you go.
Oh, that one
There we go.
easy.
ooh.
7.
Jesus H. Christ. You successfully root out the plasma vent core. You find it behind a nice, easy, accessible sheet, bulkhead plate, that you could take off.
And from the scans, am I able to tell that there's no danger in removing that panel?
Correct.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and remove that panel and try to either cut off the plasma flow or reroute it a different path.
Sounds like an excellent plan.
Control and engineering, difficulty 3, please.
I will assist him with that task. I'll help him remove the panel.
Control, engineering, task roll 1, complication range 1.
Sorry, I'm going to keep doing this. How do I adjust the difficulty again?
You don't.
It's not something you can adjust.
Okay, understood. Got it.
That's just the amount of
On
dice you need to
Suvok, you
successfully
want to be
complete it.
rolling control, engineering, complication range 1, task roll 2.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
You take off the bulkhead, and unfortunately you find yourself in a bit of a predicament, as many different cables have dropped out of the way, and you're unable to reach the particular part of the ship you wish to fuck around with. Fuck around with is the technical term, by the way.
Captain, we're unable to reconfigure the oscillating gravimetric invariance regulator.
How irregular.
How unfortunate. Did anyone bring a zip tie?
Hmm.
Do we know if there's a danger if we cut the wires?
So, let's cut the wires out of the way.
Wow.
Using a hand phaser.
The doctor should have something in his kit that would be a finer.
So you want to use a laser scalpel for this?
With a Type 1 hand phaser at a lower setting, it could almost work the same as a laser scalpel. However, if we don't know which wires we're cutting, we could end up making the situation worse. Is it possible for me to grab my tricorder and try to see if it is synchronized with the Pendragon's main computers so that I can pull the archived Constitution blueprints?
That will be an automatic success. Unfortunately, you're unable to establish communication with the Pendragon.
Yes, that was our problem last time.
Am I able to determine what the cause of this disturbance is? Just from the scans that have already been taken?
No.
Well, if we know which wires are supposed to necessarily, if we know the frequency with which they're supposed to operate at, couldn't we just scan to verify which the proper one is, so that way we know exactly which one to cut?
I don't think the problem is that, like, we're not talking about a wire that we need to cut. We're talking about the whole bunch of wires fell down in our way, so we can't get to the plasma conduit to mess around with it.
I thought we had the cables in the way that we had to cut through them, or we have
Yeah.
to plug them back in.
Yeah, but the problem is we don't know what these cables are connected to. So we don't know if they're EPS conduit relays or some other kind of power system. So cutting into them could totally backfire on us in unforeseeable ways.
Well, why don't we just probe the wires then?
Why don't we just crawl up
Here's a
inside the
question.
panel and
Why doesn't someone just lift the wires out of the way?
I'm assuming that. Well, Shiver made it sound like that wasn't possible.
I think we overcomplicate things all the time because we think it's a very technical task, and then it's like, oh, he's got a challenge for us, and then
All
it's
right,
like,
Captain. All right, Captain. You lift those wires.
I'm already on it. I walk over to the wires and just.
Totally
Would you
reaction.
would you like me to attempt the rerouting of the plasma conduit?
Yes.
Um,
I guess
I-
my
I
better
do that.
judgment.
I feel like Shiv would have let us sit there and struggle for about 20 minutes before he went, just lift them up.
Question.
I wouldn't have said that. I would just let you struggle for another 20 minutes.
Question.
What's up, Nighthawk?
In these old Starfleet era ships, it was more common to traverse the decks by Jeffries tube than it was turbo lift. Why can't we just go through one of the Jeffries tubes around this section?
The last time we did, one was really blocked bad, and we got
it wasn't
separated.
just blocked; it collapsed.
Well,
Because
between
you are
us, yeah.
You're relatively close to the captain's quarters. There's no Jeffries tube that's going to, accessible where you are, that's going to take you to the captain's quarters unless you double back, navigate back to the briefing room, and find another route, and all this. And I will remind you, the Tholians are on their way.
Right, we've got to get to work before they spread their web.
I
As it
I
were.
look,
Dated girls
I
like
look
that.
behind everyone and remind them, I'm still holding the cables. Can we make up our damn minds already?
Is he holding
Right.
these cables up enough that I'm able to get in there and try
Absolutely.
to manipulate? Okay, so let's get that done.
Control, engineering, difficulty 3, complication range is 1, task roll is 2.
So we have Suvok and Pro 2 who are going to do this?
Pro 2, how are you
Yes.
how are you helping, Ensign Darling? If only there was a technobabble button you could use.
You're right. I know. I was just trying to be trying to think of something smart rather than cheat.
No, it's
by
perfect.
restricting the tertiary resonating dampening generator.
I've heard that restricting the tertiary resonating dampening generator really helps, but it's better to restrict the tertiary resonating dampening generator.
I thought you said the tertiary.
Poor old Nitro, we're picking on him. Nitro, do...
That's a really hard word, though. It does not sound the way it looks, or even said. Like you look
I
at
knew
it.
I was pronouncing it wrong just by looking at it.
He
I'm
just
gonna
likes the
throw-
word tertiary.
I'm going to throw in the word Worcestershire in there just to fuck with you all now.
I still don't even know how to pronounce it, even if someone tells me how to pronounce it correctly. It's still, I find it
Whatever you do, don't make me restrict the Worcestershire resonating dampening generator.
Worcestershire.
That's what I said.
That's what he said.
You said Worcestershire. You put a ch in there. There's no ch.
Anyways.
Yeah, I can't even say it the way you said it. Anyway, Pro 2, control,
Back to
engineering,
business, everybody.
challenge roll, complication range is 1, task roll is 1. Lieutenant Commander Suvok, control and engineering, task roll 2, complication range of 1.
He rolled already. He got a 1.
I'm going to pretend I didn't see that.
Oh, he's going to
Oh,
pretend he didn't.
reroll.
Yeah.
Reroll. Do it. It's the only one he's ever going to give you.
Humbug.
Oh, dear.
Yay.
You attempt to fiddle, again, a technical term, with the plasma rerouting junction. Unfortunately, you have no success. Either perhaps you did something wrong, or this junction isn't going to work. You also have 5 attempts left.
Oh.
Could I am I too late to ask to use a momentum to re-roll?
We don't
Or
have
I
any
could
moment.
just, or I could just. Oh, we don't have momentum.
For
Right.
what?
You didn't do any of the roll either.
No, I should say, could I assist? Or you can't assist more than
Have
one.
no momentum.
Yeah, we don't have any.
Is there any way I
Wow,
can
why is it
science this
that
rather than engineer this?
Yeah.
Do you get my meaning?
You technobabble it a bit more.
All right, let's give that a try. All right, maybe if we try modifying the polynodal nucleonic field unit, that might stabilize the tertiary resonating damping generator and get us what we need.
Oh, nerdgasm. Control. No. Insight. Science. Difficulty 3. Task roll 2. Complication range 1. Would anyone care to assist?
Yes. I will assist by synchronizing the oscillating Tetryon induction equalizer.
That technobabble button has paid off in dividends.
An excellent idea.
And what would you like me to roll?
Control. Engineering. Complication range 1. Task roll 1. Please.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Commander Suvok,
Science.
please roll 7 challenge dice.
Oh. Oh boy.
Ooh.
Nice.
Ooh.
Good roll.
Ooh.
Very well done.
You successfully managed to reroute the plasma. The vent is no longer spewing out lethal plasma gas into the corridor, and you have a clear way ahead. With the plasma leak fixed, the away team are able to proceed on their way to the captain's quarters unhindered. The corridors wind and twist them on their way further into the ship's superstructure. I spelled further really badly there. All the walls on the way bear the familiar scars of battle and violence upon them. The away team eventually find their destination and decide to plan their actions before entering the captain's quarters.
Shiv, I'd like to note, as we make our way through the corridors, I'm going to actively be scanning on my tricorder, taking as many readings and as much data as possible.
Okay? That might be
Does his
useful later.
scans pick up what's beyond the door?
Probably more ghosty people.
Insight.
Ghostly people.
Insight medical. Difficulty 1 for me, please, Lieutenant Commander Suvok.
Maybe Kind can assist.
Can I assist?
You really need... Oh, yeah. How?
Well, like I
Our
did before.
tricorders are still
I'm going to
synchronized.
put my ear to the door.
Two
No,
tricorders are better than one.
Our tricorders are still synchronized from the last instance, so therefore we can use them to resonate a more amplified signal to give us a better reading.
And also make a comparative analysis of prior readings that he took before I arrived.
Lieutenant Commander Suvok. Insight medical. Difficulty 1. Task roll 2. Complication range 1. Lieutenant Kind. Insight medical. Complication range 1. Task roll 1.
Momentum.
You know there is a tricorder sound effect, by the way. Just throwing it out there. And all three of them do it at once. It's like a bus.
You told us not to spam the buttons. Now everyone's afraid.
You don't want to.
We don't want to break it because Mom said it was bad.
You perform your scan successfully, managing to penetrate the door on the other side with the tricorder scan. You find that there is one life form on the other side. It would appear to be Andorian.
What?
Like solid Andorian, not like wispy.
It appears to be Andorian.
Oh,
But you cannot confirm nor deny if this is an anomaly or an actual being.
It would appear to be Andorian.
Are we able
Scan
to
detect wispiness?
are we able to further analyze whether or not this is a solid object, or is
How about you
this
scan for life signs? Or
In
for
exchange for
vitals?
momentum, yes.
I feel like we could just open the door and find out.
I think we should just open the damn door.
Yeah, it's 5 of us, one of them.
Well,
I was gonna say, how did Commander Shran get here?
before we go through the doors, we should have our phasers at least on stun,
I
because
was just going to say that.
if we learn from our last encounter, we need to be ready.
I draw my phaser and waltz through the door.
I follow behind him.
I'll follow Dr. Kind.
I'll take up the rear.
I feel like we
Just
should
isn't the
peek
time
around
for
the
that.
corner first. As in, open the door and look in.
Nope. Waltz
Well,
right through
okay.
confidently.
The doors to the quarters open with the old-style hiss. The captain's quarters have scorch marks on the wall. Oh, I can update the scene as well. Oh my god, I can update the scene. Huzzah!
New burnt room.
Oh, he
Greetings.
looks very...
I am Commander Anderson.
Hang on, I haven't
And
finished
who
my
are
blurb
you?
yet. Interestingly enough, all the scorch marks on the walls seem to have been coming in through the entry. The away team cautiously enter the large quarters. As they look around, they can see the rest of the room seems to have spatters of blue blood over the walls and floors, mostly dried in. Running their eyes further deeper into the quarters, they can see an Andorian sitting on the edge of his bed, his head in his hands, his uniform torn and bloodied, with massive open wounds and older scars covering his limbs and torso. He phases into reality, and the away team are aware of his weeping.
Oh, so he was one of those ethereal forms first.
And just to clarify, he's in a Starfleet uniform.
Correct.
It's like it. An old one.
Hello, I'm Commander Anderson of the U.S.S. Pendragon. Who are you?
Captain... Oh, fuck me. Hate these fucking names.
Wow,
that's
that's
a good
one hell of a
name.
name.
But you can call me Relel. Because I can't pronounce the Chelnin. The Chelnin? Call me Captain
All right, we'll call it-
Relel.
Hello,
Also,
Captain Rilel.
what kind of uniforms are those? They look like pajamas.
They are about as comfortable as pajamas. These are Starfleet uniforms.
These are Starfleet uniforms. And he gestures to his torn clothes.
Maybe we have a different tailor.
Guy on Deep Space Nine? Cardassian?
Yeah, he's all right.
Dodgy guy.
I ask him one
Ask
question,
interesting questions.
like, when do you think you are? What year is it?
2268.
Boy.
What's the last thing you remember?
Presents. You know.
Was that earthquake?
Earthquake.
Are you okay?
Just had one last night.
Look at his mic just shaking.
Wasn't a big one, it's just one of those ones where it's like someone's grabbed the back of your chair suddenly to shock you and it's like, fuck you, you asshole.
Ooh.
Presence. Command. Difficulty 2, please, Captain Talor. Task roll
I don't even.
2. Complication range 1.
I'm terrible. I don't even have
Am
my
I
sheet
able-
open yet. Okay. So you said. Sorry. Say again.
Presence. Command.
Okay.
Task
Got
roll
that.
2. Complication range 1.
Can I assist?
How? Lieutenant Babe.
Well, I'd like to assist by rendering medical aid onto him so that he can give a more concise, clear answer while not being under the influence of his duress.
Control. Medical. Complication range 1. Task roll 1.
See the techno babble come up with something that clever.
While they're doing that, I would
Oh.
like to use my tricorder to get readings on the captain to see if there's any like tachyon emissions or some kind of other irregular radiation that might
Does he have
explain how he
Captain?
showed up out of nowhere.
Does he have Captain Pips? Because
He has
Oh,
the
yeah,
captain.
he's pretty
He's
obviously
the
the
captain.
captain.
yeah,
He's pretty
he
obviously the
introduced-
captain.
Never
By the way, was that-
know.
Was that
This
a
is
success?
a
'cause
ghost
it was
ship.
Difficulty 1.
No, that was difficulty 2 and a fail.
You could use one of the 2 momentum that we have.
Is it
Commander
important enough to
Suvok.
use though?
Control. No, insight. Science. Difficulty 3, please. Complication range 1. Task roll 2.
I will assist by linking together my tricorder with his, and
Insight. Science. Complication range 1. Task roll 1.
Oh,
Nice.
You very subtly perform the scan on the captain. You find... God, it's my fucking place here, I know it. You don't find any additional radiation on him, but you do find traces of Therigen in the air.
What is that?
Therigen.
Pro2, do you know what that is?
Shiver, do I know what that is?
You know what that
Therigen.
is?
Therigen is a nerve gas developed by the Klingons.
That was a cheat
Yeah,
because you didn't have Google on your tricorder.
Yeah,
How do you
is the
know?
stuff that
I sideloaded Google onto my tricorder. I don't know what you're talking about.
the last game that was we talked about the nerve gas is what Captain Kirk used to deal with.
Oh, he did. Good
I
recall.
remember.
See, it's been so
It
long.
was also in 2268. Oh,
Did my homework.
Yeah,
Smart.
So did Pro2.
I relay that to the captain.
See, I really need to start doing that thing where I take notes about important things. 'cause-
Notes. Bad at notes.
So we just established that there's Therigen in this room,
Or
Correct.
on him.
or
There are
on him.
traces
Well,
of
it's
Therigen on him.
Okay.
okay. That makes sense.
So I'm going to warn people not to touch him.
And wasn't the Therigen, it was used to drive or to
It was used to suppress the
effect of the yeah.
Mhm.
Can I use my medical applicator in order to inject a chemical compound which counteracts the side effects of the Therigen?
Your hypo spray?
Are you sure you want
Yeah.
to do that?
Oh, is he real though? That's the problem. He is right now, but he wasn't a few minutes ago. Might not do anything to him.
Well, not only that, but one of the things it's used for is when it's mixed with alcohol, it has a calming effect on an insane or abnormally enraged person. So if that's how he ingested it, It might be keeping him from killing us.
Well, it might also be keeping him lucid too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keeping him in a suppressive state.
Well, it's counteracting the effects of.
Are you just going to walk into my quarters and have a private conversation in front of me?
Yes.
Yes.
You know I'm the
I mean,
captain
we're
of
doing
this
that,
ship,
aren't we?
right?
I think I asked him what's the last thing he remembered, and then I failed my roll, right?
hmm
Correct.
Okay. What can you tell us about yourself?
I've been holed up in my quarters since the crew started to mutiny. I was able to keep them out as long as I could, and soon enough they lost interest in me and began fighting each other. Since then, all I've been able to hear are the voices in my own head. Cutting myself makes the voices go away for a short period, but each time, the voices come back faster.
What can you tell us about the experiment that you were conducting on board?
I've been holed up in my quarters since the crew started to mutiny. I was able to keep them out, and soon they became interested in each other rather than me. I've been cutting myself to make the voices in my head go away. But every time I do that, the voices come back quicker.
Suffering from amnesia.
Or some kind of traumatic
PTSD.
stress, yeah.
He's in a time loop.
Mm-hmm.
Or that. Or he's not even
we're
here.
in a time loop. Have we just thought about we're
maybe
in a
we're
time
in
loop?
a time loop. There you go. The shipper would do that to us.
While they're conversing, I'd like to take a look around the quarters. Is the captain's personal computer still intact?
Yes.
Without putting hands on it, would I be able to use my tricorder to download some of the last logs the captain put in?
You would
Too
not
old.
be able to.
Okay.
The
So,
technologies are too different.
I feel like if we want something from the computer, we're going to have to touch it. Is there a way we can scan to see if the surface of the computer is contaminated?
I would think so. Can I perform a scan to verify that the desk is not contaminated with Theragen as well?
Sure. Insight.
Oh, that
Science.
smile. Uh-oh, I'm scared.
Difficulty 1. Complication
I'm
range
going
1.
to assist
Task
him.
roll 2.
Sorry, that was insight and science, you said?
Yep.
Okay.
Task roll 2, complication range 1. Suvok, how are you going to assist?
Well, I have collaboration science. I'm looking up collaboration right now. Whenever an ally attempts a task using that discipline, you may spend 1 momentum to allow them to use your score for that discipline and one of your focuses.
Well, anything you roll is gravy, so.
Yeah, we got momentum from that roll.
So I'm curious how that works. Does that mean that I take the role in his place, or he has to adjust temporarily?
No, you'll still roll. It just means if you success, it'll just give us another momentum.
Right, but Suvok's using one of his talents.
If
Or
you
he's
use a
talking about one of
talent,
his talents.
Lieutenant Kind would have to roll again with your stats, or you could roll with your stats.
Then no, don't. Don't use
I think we should just take the roll.
Okay.
Yeah, just take it.
What are you talking about? We're an overachieving crew.
All the rolls. All the
Wow,
momentum.
I don't think that Shiver would agree with that.
No, we're the crew that can't see the nose in front of our faces to save our lives.
You take a scan
what are we going to do with those
over
wires?
his computer terminal. The captain stands up and angrily moves over to you and says, "You leave my shit alone."
Oh, at least he didn't say the same thing again.
I look
on the
I
plus
look up
side,
at him.
you find no traces of Theragen on the computer terminal.
I look up at the captain. I inquire about his sudden outburst. What do you mean?
I've been holed up in my quarters. When the crew started to mutiny, I was able to keep them out, and so on, and so on, and so on. He then goes back to his
Captain,
bed, sits down, and puts his head in his hands again.
Let's do the time warp again.
Captain Talor, with your permission, I'd like to sedate this individual.
Do we know what that'll do to him, though?
It'll put him into a semi-conscious state, so he will
I
not
know
be.
what a sedation does, but we don't even know what he's made up of.
Couldn't I just roll sleight of hand to nick the data chip? Oh no, wait, that's D&D. Sorry.
Can I Vulcan
Is there a
nerve?
sleight of hand in this game?
Maybe I'll just Vulcan nerve pinch him.
No, but the thing is, we don't want to touch him. Because I have a possibility that if we touch this individual, whatever he is experiencing will be transferred to us. Therefore, we may become involved in the same situation that he is in, where he seems to be repeating himself, not necessarily because he is not there, but he literally is not there. He's in a different dimension.
Yes.
But, Lieutenant Kine, if you are not able to sedate him from afar, even you will still have to touch him.
I have my handy dandy, my tranquilizer dart. Old
Good.
There's
Where'd you get that?
another
Old
Vulcan
tech-
approach that we could take.
Are we crossing Jurassic Park with like Star Trek here?
We could just stun him with the phaser.
There's another Vulcan approach that we can take to this.
Please do tell.
If the captain is willing to allow it, I could attempt to mind meld it.
You still have to touch him for that.
Not only that,
Mind
he's
meld?
I'm
from.
sure Dr. Kind is prepared to assist me in any way, should any danger arise.
If your behavior becomes erratic, then what do you suggest we do with you?
Well, what I can do is I can give him a vaccine that was developed in order to counteract the effects of the Theragen.
I would also remind the captain I have not as yet been exposed to the Theragen, so there is less of a chance of any adverse effects.
I do believe this as soon as you stepped on board, you were.
I'd like
exposed
to remind the
Theragun.
5 of you that I can still hear you. You are standing in my quarters.
I'm sorry, what was that again? Can you say that again?
I thought that your crew eventually just ignored you, and the voices would just come back if you stopped cutting yourself.
Is that a question?
Yes.
Are you answering?
I'm attempting to incite a response from you. You seem to
Command.
be stuck
Presence.
in a loop.
Difficulty 2, please.
That's complication 1, task roll 2. Yes.
Yes, please. Sorry. Thank you.
Can I assist?
No.
How? I
To
mean, it's
say
a bit
that
late,
ahead
but
of-
I'll let you.
I can assist him by, as he was asking the question, he stuttered on a few words, and I injected a sense of reason that counteracts the stuttering in order to accompany his language.
Vulcans do not stutter.
Says a Vulcan.
Mind meld vote.
Up,
He looks unconvinced.
Who are you injecting?
I'm not
thinking
I'm not-
literally
I'm not-
insulting.
I'm not
Okay.
injecting anything in anyone. I'm
I
interjecting.
think he's saying he's interjecting.
Interjecting,
into the
sorry.
Conversation.
Yes.
Reason. Reason, command. Complication range 1, task roll 1. That's good enough for me. He looks at you as if he can actually see you, becomes lucid for the moment. He says, "You've got to help me. The crew were experimenting with a weapon. The Tholians invented it. Engineering and science had to work together to create conditions like a black hole and draw power from the gravity well it caused. It was cutting-edge technology, perhaps too early for its time. The ship had to keep a perfect force field in a small area. It was theorized that because it was only a small experimental area that the ship could create enough power and contain the experiment. But to be sure, we were sent to deep space to conduct the experiment in secret. There was some kind of power fluctuation, then darkness. The ship lost all power. At first, the crew were normal, all trying to work together and find a way to get power back online. But soon there were small incidents. An engineer attacked a scientist. Then the scientists decided to strike back at the engineers. Before long it was total chaos. Every person fighting for themselves, or put into small groups. My wife was serving on the ship as operations manager. She was Vulcan, and was one of the first to turn on me. Later, members of the science team tried to hunt her down, captured her, and vivisected her, making sure to broadcast it across the ship, ensuring that I watched. I still hear her screams. With her last breaths, she cursed me. Take this data slug. Use it in the terminal over there. Reveal all the logs and information that was recorded during the experiment. It's encrypted. Unfortunately, the only way to get the decryption sequence is from a matching data slug in the ship's shuttle bay. The science team took it and were convinced they could use it to complete the experiment and send the ship through an interspace rift. They set up a new terminal and power supply jury-rigged from the shuttle pod store there.
I caught all that on my tricorder, right?
Probably.
Oh,
Is
thank
he
goodness.
still lucid?
Yes, but you can call him R'Lel. And I'm Shiva, not Sid.
Did he physically have that data chip in his hand?
Yes.
Okay. Can I take that from him while he's still lucid?
Absolutely.
And what happens when I take that data chip and move over towards his personal computer? I'm doing the actions, but I'm watching him the whole time.
It's fine. He does nothing.
Okay, so I'm going to plug it in, power up the computer, and start going through the data logs.
Okay.
I'd also, if possible, while going through those logs, like to try and record as much of it as possible onto my tricorder for later archiving.
Okay. It's encrypted.
Let's do this. How do I decrypt it?
Go to the shuttle bay and get the matching key, like you said.
The shuttle bay where there's a massive energy distortion?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right, let's go.
So while I'm sitting at the computer, what helpful information can I take from it to get us there safely?
Head to the
None.
shuttle bay. That's what it says.
None? Not
Yep.
even a clear route to the shuttle bay? Because
No.
we're still mostly
Not
unfamiliar.
off the key. I mean, if you want a clear route to the shuttle bay, you can grab that off the terminal. That's fine. That's going to be insight and engineering at difficulty 1. Complication range is 1.
I'm-
Task roll is 2.
Okey-doke.
You put in that you were looking for the best route to the shuttle bay. The route comes up on the terminal. Involves going down the turbo lift and making your way through. few of the corridors have been destroyed, but the computer provides an alternative route.
I'd also like to take note of any Jeffries tube access along the path provided so that I can come up with my own alternative routes on the fly should the need arise.
Okay. That sounds like free action for a Vulcan, I think.
And with that, I'd like to power down the computer, grab the data chip, and follow everyone else.
The captain quickly asks, before you leave, I have one final request of you.
Yes?
Kill me. I can't cope with the screaming anymore.
Captain? Captain Talor?
We can't do that.
You have to do that. I can't cope with this anymore.
Kind, do you have a heavy sedative?
I can put him into a state where he will not recover for some.
If we can put you to sleep for the time being, and hopefully we can figure this out. And if you are still here when we are finished,
That's not good
maybe
enough.
we can.
And he draws a phaser.
Oh no!
Oh boy.
Can I, before he finishes drawing his phaser, can I quickly tackle him to the ground and...
Phaser has been drawn.
I grab for it.
Excellent! He's
Oh,
going to try and
no.
shoot at you. Captain Talor, could you do for me
Mhm.
daring security? And he's going to just shoot at you. Of course.
Can she be assisted at that roll? Never mind. We're probably alright.
It's difficulty 2, right?
You were trying to... So, could you do for me unarmed strike, please, Captain Talor?
Where is that?
Scroll down.
Oh,
on
there it
the
is.
range.
And just leave the range at weapon damage. No, just hit the little thing there.
Yep.
Security and weapon damage. I don't have to change anything.
Correct.
There you go.
You punch him straight in the face, hitting him with all of your Vulcan Borg combined might, knocking him not only on his bottom, but unconscious, and he falls to the ground, with blue blood dripping from his nose.
Nice punch, Captain.
Reflex.
Damn.
Kind, would you please sedate him and clean up his face a bit?
With pleasure. One for you. And a little bit.
Is there not a hyperspray sound effect? There should be.
There is one that's new. 'Cause
I don't have it, and I didn't find it in the list.
What, is my not enough for you? Okay, fine.
No, there isn't one.
We'll use this one.
Yeah, that's good enough. Well, I suck,
Close
don't I?
enough. Yeah.
Improvise.
That was
The away team leave the captain's quarters with a sullen atmosphere. They need to make their way down to the shuttle bay and find the decryption key if they have any hope of being able to salvage this mission. The route ahead is treacherous, with debris blocking most of the paths, but a turbolift manages to take them down to at least the same deck that the shuttle bay is contained within. I'm hot and I'm tired. Time is pressing.
You are hot.
With the Tholians on their way, and risk of attack by the Klingons at any moment. Is there anything you wish to discuss whilst you're in the turbo lift and on your way?
Do we have
It smelled really bad in the captain's quarters.
Well, he has been in there a long time.
Yes, he has.
We have
And durians don't smell very good anyway, so.
naturally. Do we have a plan? Any suggestions?
I don't have a lot of experience with giant energy fluctuations in cargo in shuttle bays, so I'm going in kind of blind.
I'm also
Let's go.
concerned that the length of time that we spent on this ship and going closer to the source of the waves, whatever it was, that you all might be in danger of succumbing to the same fate as the rest of the crew.
See, here's where in an actual episode I would punch him in the face. But
You might hurt your hand.
right?
What was that for, Commander?
Intriguing.
Oh my. Anybody else have anything they'd like to discuss?
I think we have to consider the fact that they completed their experiment.
Yes. And it didn't go well for them at all.
Are we walking into a trap?
Mm,
I don't
Probably
think it's
more
a
like-
trap.
probably more like a experiment gone awry than a trap.
Although I would have to state that it is a fair question considering they fell apart into what can only be described as tribe mentality. Who knows, as vicious as they were, whether or not they posted any booby traps. We should take precautions.
And Pro2 brings up a good point. The closer we get to the phenomenon means that it could intensify the effects on us.
Shiv, question.
Yes, Lieutenant Commander, babe.
With focuses in quantum mechanics, astrophysics, and experimental technology, would I be able to use all of the data that we've gathered up to this point, along with anything from the archives of Kirk's experiences to, I don't know, set up an algorithm that would be able to measure how heavy things are getting and whether or not it's getting too dangerous for us?
I don't even think you need to do something that complicated with it. Just a tricorder scan on your cells would do the job. And I can let you do that for, or any of you, with insight and medical at difficulty 2.
Would we consider the fact that we should maybe do a preliminary scan before we get down there so that we have a baseline for levels?
Most definitely.
And then do periodic scans from there on.
Am I allowed to perform a scan on everyone?
Yes.
What's the task roll?
Insight, medical, communication range is going to be 2. Task roll is 2.
I really hope Des fixed your tricorder.
Who?
Yeah, we're gonna find out about that.
You successfully perform a tricorder scan on the entire away team as well as yourself. Whatever it is that seems to be affecting the crew of the Sentinel is not currently affecting you or the away team.
Okay.
Dr. Kind, would you be so kind as to share the results of that with me? I'd like to keep that logged on my tricorder.
At this time, we are currently not experiencing any negative effects of the anomaly on any of our minds at this present time.
He meant sent it to his tricorder, so he has.
Oh, Sorry. Here, yeah. Let me just upload the data to yours.
Thank you for giving us a full report, though, because, the narrator's technically not there.
He's in my
You
head.
guys aren't hearing that voice either?
Now we're all hearing voices.
This man
not
keeps
even
talking to me
assimilated anymore.
occasionally.
He just says things like control and science and command. I don't know what's going on.
And all of a sudden, dice pop out of my ass. I don't know why, but they do.
Commander Anderson, this is your conscience speaking. Oh.
He can be quite bossy and not very helpful.
Oh.
And then when you make a mistake, you just hear, "Oh my!"
Oh my.
We need that soundbite. Oh my.
Button on the bottom just says, "Oh my."
Oh, don't tempt him. That'll be their next
With-
session.
What's the picture?
Every time you fail, it's just going to be a nuts.
All right. That was a long turbo lift ride.
Well, I'm sure it's not in very
Not so
good working
turbo
order.
anymore.
Yeah, it's not exactly much of a turbo lift anymore.
It's just a lift.
Penny farthing lift. You have to get out and
Seriously,
push
you guys
the
don't
last
hear that
50
voice in your
meters.
head?
The computer has warped voice since it has been installed.
The away team managed to find their way to the shuttle bay. There are many, many more signs of violence here. The walls are scorch-marked and bloodstains mark the entrance in. Clearly, the area was attacked many times. The door itself has been closed and locked. The away team will need to find a way in.
I suggest we blast it open.
I can
Do
just
we-
lockpick it with dexterity and larceny outright.
Larceny. I didn't know that you came back from a criminal background, Pro2.
I think you may have been cosplaying.
I think he's playing a masquerade on you all.
Are we able to scan from this side of the door first?
Unfortunately, the energy reading coming from the other side of the shuttle bay doors is far too strong and interferes with any tricorder readings you attempt to make.
Do those energy readings match any of the archived readings from Kirk's experiences?
We don't know because we can't scan it.
Is there a security control panel nearby? Like beside the
Yes.
door? All right, I
Yes.
walk over to the control panel and attempt to override the lock on the door.
Do for me. Control. Engineering. Difficulty 3. Complication range is 2. Task roll is 2.
Can I use security instead since I'm using the security subsystem?
Yes.
And can I use Technobabble to help?
Yes.
That's the most honest thing it's ever said.
Commander, if you try modifying the non-linear resonating feed stabilizer, you may find it much more easy to succeed.
Well, thank you very much, Suvok.
Lieutenant Commander Suvok. Presence. Security. Task roll 1. Complication range is 2.
Oh, was that supposed to be 2 for me as well?
It doesn't matter, you've got a complication anyway. I'm fine with
Oh.
I'm sorry. Oh my.
Can I use a momentum to reroll? Or is it worthwhile?
it. That's not my decision, but you are able to use
Oh,
momentum
jeez.
to reroll.
I would use the momentum.
I'm going to use momentum to reroll the complication dice to a 2. Which got the momentum back.
Pesky interfering complications. I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for your damn momentum.
Get fucked. Anyways.
The large metal double doors slowly open. It seems they haven't been opened in quite some time. As the doors open, the away team can see the ship's shuttle bay has been closed off, also for an extended period of time. A few bloodstains and scorch marks signal small battles that happened here. 2 shuttles have massive cables running out of the back of them, leading to a strange structure in the centre of the hangar deck floor.
Is there a way for me to visually analyze whatever that contraption is that the 2 shuttles are strapped to?
Visually? No.
I would have to walk over to it and get handsy with it.
Or you could use your tricorder.
Handsy is a Vulcan word. It's
What?
a new one.
That was originally what I was asking. I probably didn't clarify that.
My apologies, you could totes use your tricorder on it, now that you're inside.
Goats, my goats.
I will link together my tricorder with Suvox, and we will multiply our tricorder beamage.
To both of you, insight, science, difficulty 2. Complication range is 5. Tuvok is
Typical
task
the
roll
complication
2.
range is 5?
Yes. Anderson is task roll 1.
Even with my focus of experimental technology.
Yep, that just means you can use focus.
Yeah, take the little yes.
So you gave me the complication. Is my task roll still at 1 or is it 2?
You're doing the main roll, so your task roll is 2. The assist
Copy.
is task roll
Mindset.
1.
Not great.
That cat is adorable.
She's chewing on my mic.
She's still adorable.
You
Hear
can tell.
her.
Got things to say.
Does
Would you
that
like to
count
stick with
as
the roll?
is that a reroll if we show the kitty like that? Does that give us a free momentum
No.
to reroll?
Good try.
Momentum costs more than pussy.
Pretty damn fun.
I'll
Damn
spend
fine
a
Where is
momentum
Miss
to
Hart? No,
reroll.
sorry. Pardon?
Miss Hearts is there. She's watching.
Oh my god! Wow. I said I'll spend a momentum to reroll, and then I rolled worse.
I'm going to let you succeed at cost.
Okay.
What's the cost?
Oh, you're
Right.
going to find out.
That's a big
Oh,
complication,
Jesus.
I'm sure.
Lieutenant Kind slowly covers his crotch area.
Perform the scan, learning that whatever it is that is attempting, that this structure is, it is attempting to replicate the methods of the Dead Star graviton well. Unfortunately, the tricorder signal interferes with something, and a number of science officers fade into vision. Pendragon crew can see straight away that these officers are kneeling down over a fallen Starfleet officer who appears to be writhing in agony as the ghostly crew scoop out his insides and are feasting on his flesh and organs. The crewman's screams echo through the old ship's hangar, and the crewmen slowly turn their attention to the away team as they all draw phasers.
Sweet.
And on
Oh,
that
Star
note,
Trek
is
just
bad.
got M-rated.
and on that note, we're going to take a break.
This is like
I'll be right back.
compact action hardcore.
Welcome back, everybody.
So it's 5v5?
5v5. Starship hangar bay doors have been forced open. Cannibal Corpse crew members have been phased in and have all taken cover. Phasers drawn, ready to attack. I will let you take the first turn of combat.
Who wants to go first?
I can't remember. How do we figure out order again?
I let the commanding officer nominate, and then that will be how it goes.
I always really like Pro 2 in the middle. He always is kind of my So let's go. Suvok, Anderson, Pro2, Kind, and then I'll go last. Do you want me to write that down?
Take point.
I'm not remembering it. Someone has to remember it.
I'll put it in STA discussion. So I said
I go after
Tuvok,
Anderson and before Kind. That's all I need to remember.
Commander Suvok,
Anderson.
I believe you are first.
I am. I'd like to ready my Type 1 phaser and hold my action.
Okie dokie. So the turn flips over to the SPCs. I'm never going to remember. So I'm going to just work top down. Whoever this little dude is, green, is going to take aim at Suvok and fire. The phaser successfully hits you, straight in the chest, and does 4 stress damage. Here, Lieutenant Commander Suvok. Yep, you've got it. Brilliant. Suvok, was it Anderson next?
Yeah, I'm next.
Yes.
Okay. Commander Anderson.
I return fire on green. With my. So do I have a phaser rifle?
You
I
do
should
not have a phaser rifle.
No. Okay.
Nope, that
Just a
costs
phaser
momentum to buy.
2.
Okay. Then I will fire my Type 1 phaser at green.
Type 1, or you do have a Type 2, I believe.
Sorry, Type 2 phaser.
Ooh,
All you have
Type
to
2
do is hit
phaser,
Type 2
green.
phaser. Wonderful. Bloody hell.
Wow.
Can I use my held action
that's a lot of
to fire
damage.
with the commander?
Oh, hang on. Sorry, what was that you said?
Could I use my held action to fire with the commander?
You can, yes.
Also aiming at green.
Okay. Hit phaser Type 2, please. I'm assuming, by the way, you're all going for stun, not kill.
Well, I tried that once. It didn't work out so well.
I mean, I always assume we defaulted to kill after the captain messed up there with the stun. I don't know.
I didn't mess up. I just rolled
It
too
wasn't
well,
brief.
and it was a
That's
super
stun.
strong stun.
What do you what is
I
it?
say we do stun since they're Starfleet personnel, technically.
Okay, stun. Got it. We're on stun.
So shift back to my first question. You
Yep.
still want me doing Type 2 phaser, even though I have a Type 1?
You can use Type 1 or Type 2, whichever you prefer.
We'll go with 2.
Nighthawk, we're hearing you through Discord and through Roll20. So
Yeah, you're super
you're
echoey.
very echoey.
How did that suddenly change? We're going to change.
I'm not sure.
I mean, I've disabled it on
Yeah,
Roll20,
sure.
so I don't hear him on Roll20 myself.
Oh, there. I just muted you on Roll20. That works.
Thank you.
How do you do that?
Hover
there
over
we go.
his avatar and hit mute. So blast away, my friend.
Wonderful.
He's got 1 life left. Oh, that's so close.
Weird looking Bolian is going to take aim at Pro2
Oh no.
Ooh.
and successfully gets a hit, doing 6 points of stress damage.
That's a lot of damage. Six. There we go.
Now it's
The
your turn.
number of the beast. No. Pro2, I believe, is your turn.
Would I be able to find cover of some kind and then fire? Or could I
These-
only do one of
Nope.
those things?
You can sprint to cover, but that will be an action.
Gotcha. I think that's a good idea. I think I'm going to sprint to cover.
Okay, you should be able to use sprint.
I need to scroll down. That's why. I was like, what?
Okay, where are you heading to? You can go anywhere within medium range. Medium range would
Where
That level
where's a
there.
good where would be good cover?
Probably behind an
machine's
object.
right? Okay. How far did you ping again? Where did you ping at? Would I be able to get behind that shuttle?
be. Yes.
Is that about? Okay, cool. So like right there.
Yep.
Cool.
And I've forgotten the name of that species, not Rigelian. Oh, good gravy. What is that species?
I can't quite see well enough. I knew the other one was Boolean, but
Oh, well, it doesn't matter. It's going to frustrate me, though. It's one of the founding members as well, and it's going to really get on my tits. Anyway, that one there is going to fire.
Tellarite?
No, it's definitely not Tellarite.
Hmm.
It's going to fire on Captain Talor.
Oh.
And does 5 stress damage, hitting her straight in the shoulder. It's still bugging me that I can't think of that bloody species name. It's not Antaran. Anyway, Lieutenant Kind. No, it's definitely not Andorian.
Can I get creative here?
Possibly.
Based off of what I can see on this map, is it exact, or are there also possibly crates or some sort of supplies laying around?
It is exact in that regard.
Ow, in the shuttle.
That's not what I want, though.
I'm trying to help you out. Just saying there could be something in the shuttle.
It's not what I was wanting, though.
Oh, you're gonna kamikaze this.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No. What I will do is I will move as a minor action, correct?
In close range, it's one minor action, yes. It's not much.
Yeah. And right now I am beside Captain
Very
Talor.
good.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
beside Captain Talor. I will render first aid to Captain Talor.
Okay. There's a button for that.
Sorry?
There's a button for that.
I know there is.
I don't think first aid does what you think it does.
Nope. It doesn't.
No.
That's if someone I think is down to
It-
like
it's
0.
incapacitated.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they're incapacitated, yeah.
Does that mean he can pick another action? Because we weren't.
Yep. Good news, everyone.
Well, I
I've
know
now figured out that species is not a founding member of the Federation.
I was gonna say, they're the only other option beyond the Andorian is Tellarite. So, because I don't think it's a Vulcan.
Okay. I mean, I just healed them. Is that just all it is? As far as my action? Just heal?
I don't think you could. No. First aid is
think
when
we
a
gotta-
character is injured and you need to bring them back into the fight.
No, I know, but I mean, like, I render aid. Like, I mean, when we were in that combat 2 sessions ago or whatever, and I was healing myself, but I could also heal others. What was I doing?
I think we were still learning the combat.
So there's no way for me to heal in combat because I have field
You
medicine and
can-
whatnot.
You can heal yourself, but I don't see one
That's pretty, you can't
for
even heal yourself.
healing. Well, recover, you can regain stress.
No. Can you?
Yeah, that's very
Says
end.
it.
Regain 2 stress per momentum spent.
Ah, yes.
I can read.
Hold on.
I don't think we're at that point yet.
No. Okay.
She's bored. Maybe if you use some techno babble, it should help. Well, hardcore.
Field medicine says when attempting a medicine task, you may ignore any increase in difficulty for working without proper tools or equipment.
Except this doesn't help here though because I'm wanting to just simply heal.
Yeah, I don't think there is a thing.
Damn.
I think the problem is that stress isn't really health, it's just literally you're stressed out. And then once you take enough damage you actually get hurt, and that's when first aid and stuff comes in.
That would make sense. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I will. You said sprint was medium range, correct?
Yep.
Okay. And how many squares is that then?
That'll get you just on your side of the big giant black marble ball. Hi, Fastcart, how are you?
Okay. I'm going to sprint to the ball.
Okay. Do sprint for me, please.
Uh-oh.
I think because it's, fairly open, you've got nothing to get in the way. That'll be absolutely fine if you want to
Or
make it down
trip
difficulty
over.
1. Saurian!
Oh, yeah.
Well, there are the cables going from the shuttles to the machines. Those aren't in his way, right? You can't trip over those.
I could increase the difficulty if you like. This is your own
No,
team
no.
member who wants me to increase the difficulty for you. I just want you to recognize this.
No.
I didn't speak.
Alright. Gehrig, down there, I'd say,
Gehrig.
has got a clear shot over on Benjamin Anderson. I'm sorry. And is going to try and hit with a phaser.
Oh, dear.
With that damage, luckily, she misses. The phaser beam goes wide,
Oh,
hitting the ceiling.
Too much power.
I nervously glance up at the ceiling.
to the glowing spot where the phaser hit.
And I think that takes us to Captain Talor.
Is there anything in the shuttle from my vantage point that I can see?
Other than me.
I mean, what are you looking for in specific here?
Like, just equipment?
A Gatling gun?
I mean, there's all sorts of crap that's been put out there. I mean, that's powering the structure in the middle. some floppy dice.
Need a stun
Oh,
grenade.
I gotta steal those.
Hey, Captain. You should use the weapons in the shuttlecraft.
Those would be too powerful. I thought about that though.
No weapons in the shuttlecraft. They would all have been
I was
jury-rigged
about
out and used to power the
Mhm.
structure in the center.
So the
That's-
shuttlecraft has
That's
no.
cheating, though.
It's not operational at all.
No, trying to get more weapons without spending momentum is cheating.
Is the shuttlecraft
Yes, it is powered on
operational?
because it's powering the thing in the middle.
I mean, it's operational in a way, but it's not going to fly. It's been, like I say, it's been jury-rigged to power the thing in the center.
Does it hover?
No. Thank you for the masterful drawing.
You're welcome.
Can I just cut the red wire? So what's the red wire? So pretty much it's gutted. There's nothing.
It's not usable as a shuttlecraft anymore. It's been converted
Where's
basically to be a glorified power generator.
Do they still have their nacelles on them?
Yes?
How? Zuvok! Oh,
Captain,
he's dead. How big of an explosion would a nacelle make if I was to shoot it?
it
I'm
could
standing next to it, thank you.
take the entire shuttle bay with it.
Oh, not that.
No, that's a big.
Alternatively, you could set the Bussards to vent instead of collect.
If they have anything in them after many years.
I mean, if it's still running power, there's got to be something in the tank.
Set them to vent, is what you said?
Yeah,
But that would
What
also
exactly would
affect us, though, too, right?
Yeah. It's
It
kind
would
of
actually
facing
go
us, so.
green.
Oh.
Mm. How
Captain,
big
I
of
could-
an area?
But a Bussard collector is not like part of the fuel system. It's
No.
used to collect samples from space. So if if it hasn't collected anything recently, it shouldn't have anything in it.
Can I take the door off and throw it at them?
Yes.
I'm trying to think. I don't know a ton about shuttles, and if it sounds like it's gutted
I
anyway.
do. I know things about shuttles.
He knows that he's standing right beside it.
Pro 2
I mean,
suggestion:
that too. Yeah.
does it still
Um,
have its transporter system in it? No. Shoot.
Yeah.
It's an old...
I don't even know if
Shuttle.
those. Yeah, I don't think you even think those early shuttles had transporters.
No, to be completely
Well,
honest,
that's lame.
I'm just saying, I kind of want to try Suvok's idea on my turn to make a smokescreen to give us cover.
And then we all die from being like toxic gassed.
Hold your breath. It'll be fine.
Says the
She
android.
doesn't need to breathe.
Exactly. That sounds like a you problem.
As it peels the skin off everybody else.
This will teach you bastards to send me over to a ghost ship on my own.
To be
we
fair,
joined-
that was my idea.
We joined.
May the android revolution begin!
Can I rewire my pad to send out a close contact shock? Like, if I got one close enough to someone, could I shock them?
You could do that with a tricorder and an external power source like a force field. However, why don't you just shoot someone with your phaser?
That's too
Hey,
easy.
Kendi.
Well, plus last time I shot someone, they died.
Yeah, but that's
Overload
because
your phaser
that's
and throw
because
it
you
like a
shot
grenade.
someone who was already unconscious.
Okay. So the first guy, he's down to what? 1 point? You said.
Yeah.
Why is he not on the ground? Is he on the ground? He's like out.
Well, he's not hurt. He's not down yet. He's got
Oh.
1
He's
point
real
of.
stressed out.
He's got 1 point left.
Can't believe you
He's
shot
having a
me
bad day.
twice.
I can't see him though, can I?
Yeah, you've got line of sight on him,
You do just barely. Yeah.
and it wouldn't affect the difficulty of the shot. It would still be difficulty 2.
Okay. I guess I will shoot at green because all of my creative ideas were refused.
Please,
Darn
hand
GM,
phaser
no
type 2.
fun. Okay, sorry?
Phaser type 2.
Nope.
Your little macro.
Oh,
If you click your character, you've got
Click
a
on your
macro that
character?
does everything.
shoot. That one.
Yeah, that's exactly what it's going to do. Fortunately, as Captain Talor tries to take aim, she ends up missing and shooting the bulkhead in front of Green.
Did like the
Green
sparks
sticks his head out
cause him
and
1
goes
damage?
like that.
Well, that's very rude. I want
You
your
try
rank,
being polite
sir.
when you're as stressed as I am.
I'm reporting to your commanding officer. This is not Starfleet conduct.
You laid him out.
I don't think.
This last dude, whose name is just too small for me to even read, Seaman or something, is
Oh,
going
that's
to
an
take.
unfortunate name.
Is going to. Sorry, come again?
Nothing.
Okay. Is going to take shot at Commander Anderson.
Oh no.
What?
And successfully hits him straight in his massive shoulders, doing 8 points of stress damage. And that's the end of round 1.
I'm hucking that door next time.
Lieutenant Commander Subok.
Come on, Suvok, be creative.
Only one action, right?
I mean, I would like to remind you all, aim is a minor action, and you can do 1 minor action for free.
So when we say we shot, I just assumed we were aiming. I guess not.
You have to aim.
Well,
you
you
can-
see, also,
yeah, you can shoot.
draw item is a minor action.
Do
Funny you
phasers
should-
do?
gotcha.
Can
Funny you should bring
phasers
up
do a
aim.
widespread shot?
Yes. But it only works within close range.
Would I
As
be
in,
able
I got-
to
Mhm.
aim a focused shot at one of the cables that is connecting the shuttle to the machine?
Oh.
Ooh.
Do we even know what that's gonna do?
If nothing else, at least turn off the machine.
Or it could blow us to kingdom come.
Yes.
Yeah, but you-
that's absolutely fine.
Go for it, man.
Define fine.
Are you shooting the green one or the red one?
How about both of them?
Matter.
It doesn't.
Okay, so what if I just shoot a line across the floor over both of them?
Yeah, but I'm not going to do double damage for it.
Okay. So I just hit phaser type 2, right?
Yes, please.
How do we account for aiming?
You may re-roll a single d20.
Copy. Here we go.
Your stress
difficulty
levels,
was it?
unfortunately, make the phaser very shaky in your hand. As you attempt to run the phaser beam over the floor, unfortunately, you miss and regret missing the morning cup of Rectigino.
All right. Oh, it's Green's turn now, isn't it?
It is. Green is going
He's
to
very
take aim
stressed.
at Lieutenant Kind. Yes. And hits
Oh.
Lieutenant Kind in his
For
torso,
7.
doing 7 stress damage.
Oh my. That's a lot of damage.
I believe it's Commander Anderson's turn.
We're gonna have to get creative here. We're losing.
Kendu says Lieutenant Kind came to the adventure wearing a red shirt.
Oh, he's probably the
Kind,
safest of all of us.
you need to add your damage.
I'm trying to figure that out.
Oh, okay.
Stress
it's on the right side of your character.
Oh,
sheet.
that's
right
good.
there.
Yeah, I actually like Suvek's idea because I'm wondering if the whatever is generating that thing in the middle might be why they're here. So I'm gonna try and cut those wires with my phaser.
Wonderful. You cut the 2 wires, exploding them. The force feedback goes through the cables into the structure and blows up the Saurian, because we figured that out, in his fucking face, and the Bolian's great big horrible blue face, knocking them unconscious and phasing them back out of reality.
That worked.
It
So
was their turn.
it is Pro 2.
So it goes
Oh,
to Pro 2.
okay.
No, you're right. It was their turn. Unfortunately, they're a little bit dead, so it goes to Pro 2.
Can I
Yeah.
go into the shuttle and see if I can, using my aeronautic engineering, see if I can reprogram the nacelles to, rather than burning to create thrust, just burning improperly to create large amounts of smoke.
Do for me, control, engineering. Complication range is going to be 3. Task roll is 2. And you may apply a focus.
What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be 2.
You said control, correct?
Yes.
Can I use my augmented ability?
What is your augmented
To-
ability?
If I'm doing something that requires the use of control, then I can decrease the complication range by 2.
Okay, so that's going to reduce the complication range to 1.
And you said control and engineering, right?
Okay.
Momentum. So do I change the task roll to 1?
Yep. And I'll decrease 20 on momentum. There you go. The shuttle starts spewing out black toxic smoke across the shuttle bay floor. As you're able to send different coordinates and information over to your team to coordinate with them, they will not suffer any kind of penalty. However, the enemy will be suffering a -1. It will therefore increase difficulty for them to be able to hit you to 3.
Nice teamwork.
And that goes over to Garrick, who is choking on the toxic fumes, takes aim at Lieutenant Kind, and attempts to hit. Unfortunately, due to the toxic smoke that is currently killing her from the inside out, she's unable to get a complete fix on Lieutenant Kind, misses, and the phaser beam hits the structure in front of him. Who's next, Captain Talor? Is it Kind or Talor?
It is Kind's turn. It's Kind's turn now.
Okay. Lieutenant Kind.
Well, I'm gonna I'm gonna aim my phaser at green and
Okay.
fire.
Mm.
As you aimed, you are able to re-roll one lowest d20 that missed.
How do I do that though?
Do for me control, security, complication range is 1, task roll is 1.
Yeah. Oh my god!
Woohoo!
There you go.
He hit him.
You take aim,
Glancing blow.
carefully focusing your concentration and shot on green, hitting him with your phaser, stunning him, and as he falls backwards, he fades out of reality. Wickwood Main, whoever this dude is, I can't quite see the name because it's too far away. He's going to take aim at, I think, Lieutenant Commander Subok.
Oh.
Unfortunately,
Oh no, missed.
with the amount of thick smoke in the air, can't get a good enough bearing on him and misses completely.
You're welcome.
So it would be Talor's turn now.
Can I reach either one of them?
Either one of who?
Mm.
The other two that are left. If I was to move.
No. Even if you do a sprint, you wouldn't be able to get that far.
Could I do, like you said, minor action to move a short distance though, right? I see there's a hole in that right by her. Would I be able to aim through there and shoot?
Yeah.
But I'd have to make a short move.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'd go like right here. Is that
Yeah, that's leaning distance. That's not even a move, really.
Oh, okay. But I could probably still try and aim through there just by...
Absolutely.
Okay, and...
Garrick, I take it?
Well, Garrick's gone, isn't he? Oh.
No, green was the one who's gone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this one. Yeah, first one. So to aim... Do I have to do anything before?
Just tell me that you are aiming.
Okay, aim and use my phaser type 2.
Type 2.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, everybody's got type 2s. That gotta give you an edge.
But you can re-roll your dice.
That is 2 successes. But you can also re-roll if you want to gain any momentum.
Mm.
Oh, did I?
No.
How did I? What am I missing here?
You see where there's a little square that's around.
Yep.
They're
there.
both red.
Oh, the red square.
Because I couldn't get it so it was
It's a
green. It wouldn't work the correct way, so I had
Okay.
to reverse it.
Okay.
That's
Cool.
fine. No, I'm okay. I don't need to or do I re-roll and it's a free roll?
Yeah.
Or if I
Yeah,
roll
you just
again.
yeah. It'd be rolling the 0. So if you get a success, we get momentum.
Okay, and how do I roll that?
Do for me control, security, complication range is
Okay.
1, task roll is 1.
Mm-hmm.
Momentum!
Nice.
And you have done 6 damage.
So it's back to Suvok.
Yep. Oh, can someone hit just one person hit phaser rifle for me? Because I'm quite proud of the sound effect I did for that.
Oh, dang.
Ooh,
That's
it sounds
awesome.
like a plasma rifle. Nice.
Like it. I like it.
Shame, I think it might be me.
Oh, it's got
Uh-oh.
one lem, isn't
Yeah,
it?
sounds like it.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh
no.
Oh, I
no.
know why. Remind me to get into that. Yeah, that's easily fixed.
Okay, cool.
I thought that
Because
was going
there's
to be
more
for
than
the
one
rest of
sound
the stream.
effect for it.
Ah, I see.
So, Lieutenant Commander Suvok, please.
If firing from clear across the shuttle bay, I would still be able to aim, correct?
Absolutely. You're Starfleet's best.
Then I want to fire at the male Vulcan officer in the far corner.
Yep, no problem there. Go ahead and do phaser type 2 for me, please.
Man, I suck with a phaser.
You can re-roll one of those
You can
dice, though,
re-roll
because
those,
you
yeah.
aimed.
Mhm.
Ah, yeah, that's right. So that would be
Control.
the same as Stormy. Complication
Control
range
security 1 and
task
1.
prone.
Yep. There you go.
Oh,
Nice.
Good job, dude.
You successfully managed to aim, fire, and hit Tonix, as apparently I called him. Just
Tonics.
barely, scraping his thigh, doing 2 stress damage.
Can I just call him Tonks? That's a better word.
Anderson.
Yep. Thank you.
I'm going to fire at Garrick,
Okay.
but I'm going to aim very carefully first down the side of my phaser.
Wonderful. Oh, wow. Oh, no. That's a complication.
All right, I'm going to use my aiming to reroll.
There you go. And you successfully hit Garrick. Right on her right shoulder, forcing out a little scream from her, and then she flips you off.
Feisty.
Row 2.
man, what a bunch of new Trek characters.
Very rude.
Can I do a little lean over this side of the shuttle and
Sure.
fire at one of them?
Are you Australian now as well?
Yep.
Cool. Or are you Batman?
Someone must have
phaser
let
ta-
them up from the lower decks.
Phaser
He's
type
using
1 is
his
hand-
phaser set to boomerang.
You call
phaser
that a
type 1 is
phaser?
hand phaser,
This
right?
is a phaser. We can either stand around here doing nothing, or we can take this phaser and do something
Take
really
this phaser and do
stupid.
something really stupid. Phaser
Pacific
type 1
Rim,
is
best
hand
movie ever?
phaser. Yep. It's a hand phaser, right?
Yep.
Because I only have the type 1.
It's because you're only an ensign.
Because I moved to it, did I still get to aim? Or. Okay.
Because you were in the cockpit. I would say it's a pretty.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a move action there. So yeah.
Okay.
You take aim
Yep.
and fire. Unfortunately, hitting the bulkhead right in front of Garrick.
Ding.
And I think at this point it's actually Garrick's turn.
Oh no, my head's sticking out. He could easily hit it.
She's going to take aim and fire at Pro 2. She can't see shit through the smoke. Ends up missing. The phaser dissipates on the side of the shuttle. And takes us to Lieutenant Pine, I believe.
Yay!
Finish
Hey,
them, kind.
I'm gonna shoot that hole. I'm gonna take some seriously damn good aim, and I'm gonna blow that bitch away.
Garrick?
Someone let you up from the lower decks too.
Wonderful.
Wow, that was super impressive.
It's enough. You take aim and manage to hit her in the chest. As she falls backward unconscious, she fades out of reality.
Oh, yay!
She was only 2 days away from retirement.
You're not a bad red shirt after all, kind.
Too bad the last enemy standing was
My-
Vulcan, or he might have been shaken.
My blue
Tonix
shirt is now red because of how much blood.
is going to take aim and fire at Commander Anderson. Because he's jealous of Commander Anderson's fabulous, mantastic beard.
I mean, obviously.
Ooh, whoa.
Nope.
And all
Swing and
the
a miss.
shots that he manages to do completely miss anyway, dissipating mere inches away from Commander Anderson's face.
That's what the Vulcan gets for feeling.
And that would be the end of the last round. I say we call the ground combat in here, because no matter what, you're going to completely slaughter this guy.
I was just gonna pull out a bigger, blacker. Never mind. What's next?
So he died.
Oh, he just
He's
faded
like,
out
"Ah,
of
screw-"
surrender.
He
He's
gave
just
up
like,
because
"Ah,
his
screw it. and
he
fades
gave
out.
up because his buddies are gone.
It's game over, man. Game over.
You're left in the hangar bay with the mysterious structure the science team constructed and a decryption key in the bottom of the machine.
I go and stop the shuttle from billowing out deadly toxic smoke.
It now gives out deadly neurotoxin. No, that's fine.
Yes.
Suvok, look at this. Look at this hole. That was almost a hole in me. It's a hole. It just missed me. You see it?
They were clearly, how would you humans say it? Here for business?
I'd
I
say.
think it is out to get you, Suvok.
Thank you, Captain.
Rojo just emerges from the shuttle, just like dusting soot off of him.
Does our stress go away or does it stay?
Yep, your stress is now reset.
Sweet.
God, I wish it was that easy in real life.
Yeah, right?
How do you take that one away?
I hit the word stress.
Ah, there we go.
Oh, really? I just do it the stupid way and go on the COG character sheet and type in 0. I did not know you could do that. Thank you.
Learn
Today
something
you
every day.
learned.
Yeah, I learned.
So,
So who went over to get the little cog?
I don't think anyone has yet. Suvok, do you want...
Well,
was
he
just
has the
gonna-
other one. Yeah.
Say, I'd like to grab my tricorder and immediately make my way over to the machine. I want to start analyzing it, and I want to try to find that key.
Make it so.
This is a research task. That is as much as I can tell you. You have
Oh
to
no.
You have to come up with theories, fields of work, and I tell you if you're correct or wrong, and then you proceed or don't proceed. So you need to discuss, first of all, what you think has happened here. You then need to suggest to me which path you're going to take. Lieutenant Commander Suvok is the head of science, so he is in charge of this research task.
Oh, great. Okay.
No pressure.
Does a focus help in this?
It will help, possibly with roles if it's applicable.
Would you like me to sound off with my focuses that may or may not be applicable?
Not yet. You need to come up with. You need to come up with you need to come up with theories here. First of all, this is all.
So theories
completely
about
free.
what happened.
Yeah.
Theories about what happened in this shuttle bay, or theories about what happened aboard the ship.
What happened aboard the ship?
Okay.
Which
Entertain.
I
originated
think in
from
order
the
to
shuttle
figure-
bay.
Yeah, exactly. In order to figure that out, we have to figure out what's going on here.
We're
I
at
think
ground
first,
zero.
I think first and foremost, we should take a close look at the apparatus and figure out how exactly they put it together and how they were able to use it to recreate the black hole-like effects.
Everybody commune around the marble.
Who needs a 3080 when you can just move shitty tokens I made from Star Trek Online around, eh? On a 2D map.
That's right.
Is it possible that the point of this experiment was to develop a new type of warp drive that incorporated using black holes in order to just circumvent the space-time continuum in order to get into a different dimension, but appear in a different place?
What was the
You mean like
original
the spore
intent?
drive?
Mhm.
What was the original intent of the experiment again?
Well, we
trying to
learned
remember.
from the captain of this ship that they were trying to make a weapon.
I thought it was that they
Um,
were using technology from a Folian weapon.
Yeah,
Shiv,
I thought
are
that they
you
were using a Folian weapon to try and figure out how to open a rift into an alternate dimension.
able or allowed to give us some information from the initial info that was given to us by Starfleet Command?
Technically, no. Unless you pay momentum. But you didn't know that. So yes, I'll let you do that for free. What would you like to know?
Yeah, I just can't remember what they said initially. What was the information that they gave us about why it was sent out here?
In order to recreate the what was the word? No good. They're attempting to recreate an experiment that was done by Tholians. They were sent out to deep space in case anything went majorly badly wrong. And it did.
Oh, shock.
And now we're here.
If I go into too much detail at that point, that's a little cheaty.
No, that's okay. I just couldn't remember what the initial info was that Starfleet gave us because that was a few weeks ago. Like I said, I gotta take notes. Really gotta do this from now on rather than be like, so
I actually took notes
forgot.
last time, and then I didn't save them.
You lost the notes.
Yeah.
Theory. So they came out here to run an experiment, which may or may not ended up with them opening up a rift in time. What if they were trying to move back and forth in time to get advanced technology back into this time? And they got caught. It ended up in a repetitive loop where they're phasing in and out of their time and our time. So they're stuck in a time and a place.
Except there's no evidence of anything futuristic here.
Not yet, but who's to say they weren't attempting it?
True. I personally think that their attempt to create a black hole like distortion probably just destabilized and ripped a ship apart and caused a massive rift in the time-space continuum, and that's why they continue to phase in and out of existence.
So the rip is still open.
Yeah, the
Okay,
captain
anyway,
said
sorry.
that they needed to contain the black hole within a perfect force field, but then a power fluctuation made the force field not so perfect.
And it
What was the
ripped the ship
initial
apart.
intent of the black hole?
I thought he said that it was to basically to harness the power from it to be used as a weapon, but maybe I heard wrong.
Well, perhaps it's not necessarily a weapon, but a form of energy, as a black hole has immense energy
Mhm.
properties. So rather than just being used as a weapon, it's channeling the energy to possibly power entire civilization.
No,
Yes.
not even that.
Hmm.
Think smaller. What if they were just trying to channel it into the ship with unlimited amounts of power? You can now more or less feed that into your existing systems and make them more powerful.
Well, also keep in mind
Well,
the Romulans actually use black holes to power their ships.
what we can do is start by examining the apparatus to see whether or not it's directly connected to any other ship systems besides the shuttle pod for power. If it is somehow feeding into other ship systems, then perhaps that is what is affecting the hull of the ship.
Or even if this device has anything to do with that experiment at all.
I feel the captain confirmed that to us, that this is in fact the device that we used. He described it to be connected to a shuttle, powered by a shuttle, and that is what we have in front of us here.
Fair enough. So we need to decide how we're going to proceed here.
So what are our possibilities in terms of the field of study, in terms of the road we want to go down? What are our options?
You'd have to
Well-
figure out a way to collapse it safely.
Well,
But whatever it is, they're phasing in and out. They may just end up on the wrong side.
But I don't think we didn't detect any kind of rift that still currently exists. It's not here anymore. The only evidence of it is the people phasing in and out. Because remember when we flew in with the ship, we scanned for anomalies. There was nothing.
But I thought there was an anomaly in the shuttle bay when we approached it, though.
No, just a power. I thought it was just a power thing.
And now that
There
we
was an
severed,
anomaly causing power fluctuations throughout the ship.
Yeah.
Because remember when we first scanned the ship, it also did not have power turned on because we did that. So we might have just started it back up.
I'm envisioning this black hole though as being outside the ship because it ripped off the front half of the ship, right?
and
Just
Or
seen
did
that
something
coming, though.
else rip off the front half of the ship?
There's always a bigger fish.
Well, you are saying that there's an immense amount of energy in a black hole. What if they had a catastrophic event?
Mm-hmm. I just
Well,
don't think it happened inside the ship, or there wouldn't be a ship left.
if the fluctuation caused a lapse in the shield, then that energy was directed in the direction where the force field was unable to be sustained.
Yeah, that's possible.
So therefore, it
Or-
would go towards that area. Which, in this case, if the front half of the ship got blew apart, that's where the weakness in the force field was.
Lieutenant Suvok, can you make any heads or tails about this device? To see what exactly it was trying to do other than the obvious?
Can we
Ship.
scan the two little components that were given us?
Well, we haven't gotten the second one yet. We're still sitting around the thing talking to each other. The second one is inside.
Who else besides myself has any kind of engineering or science background?
My
Perhaps-
character's strong. My character's strong in science, but has no focuses in it.
I have focuses in engineering, but probably not the kind we need.
I have cybernetics and encryption and decryption.
Okay, because I was hoping that I might be able to somehow use my experimental technology focus and quantum mechanics focus to scrutinize every piece and layer of this machine to try and break it down. Like I said, figure out what's coming in, what's going out, where are
I could
things going out,
probably-
and how is
I have repair and tinkering. I can imagine that with tinkering, I can kind of examine to try and figure out which pieces are responsible for doing what.
Okay, and we can also use our tricorders to assess the what's the word I'm looking for?
Where did the Theurgin come from again?
We don't know.
I want to look for any discrepancies in the materials that all these parts are made out of too, because if there's any kind of like variation in, say, the molecular structure of the metals, it might give us some clue as to
What you're supposed to be
caused
doing at
power
this point
fluctuation.
We're supposed
is
to be
throwing out the
picking a
theories of what
theory.
you do,
Yeah.
of what happened here. When you're ready, I will ask you which theory you want to pursue. Well, which theory you want to pursue, Lieutenant Commander Suvok.
Oh,
You can pick up to 3, and I will tell you if any of them are correct. If they're not correct, you have to start again, come up with new theories, or different theories, whatever, and so on, until you've got a correct theory that you can pursue, and then I can tell you what sort of things to roll.
Or the Folians arrive.
okay. Well, I do really like what Kind was saying about the power fluctuation in the shields and how that could have potentially allowed for some kind of gap and power release. Because if the gap was small enough and the power that was released was of a high enough state, that could be equivalent to some kind of cannon going off. But if even more than that, it was a black hole that was released as the quote-unquote projectile, that could have been enough to rip off the front portion of the saucer section. So I do like the idea of that possibly being one of the ways that
What?
I mean, I would call that
What
two different
if-
theories there. Shield systems, force field emitters, and spatial phenomena.
Lieutenant Suvok, correct me if I'm wrong, but warp speed isn't quite speed of light. Or is warp faster than speed of light?
Faster than speed of light.
Question.
All of
Oh,
it is
okay,
faster.
Never mind. That theory's borked then.
It's faster than the
Do
speed of
we-
love.
And it's also an exponential scale.
Do we have a
Right.
theory on why the crew members are phasing in and out?
Well, my theory that I was going to come up with was that because
Oh,
of
there's
the way time works, when as opposed to speed, the faster you're moving, the slower time moves for you. That maybe this was they're trying to figure out some way of maybe speeding up travel faster than warp, in a way that maybe I don't know.
Voyager episode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they didn't all turn into
lizards.
lizards.
Beyond Warp 10.
Mhm.
Really bad Voyager episode.
The only one they officially said was not canon.
But yeah,
So we have
if
we have
warp is
two theories.
already-
We need one more, right?
You don't need one more, you can have one more. It's entirely up to Lieutenant Commander Suvok.
So
probably
Right.
be more efficient to have 3.
So let's review this one more time. We've got the theory that there was some kind of hardware failure that caused the issue. We have
Yeah,
a theory that this was potentially crewman error. What is the third?
Question:
We put out a lot of very good ideas.
Why was the crew so intent on making the captain pay? Because they were attacking him, yes, but they left him alone, and then tried to show him, essentially punish him by, killing his wife in a way that he saw it. What if the power fluctuation was caused by something the captain did?
That's an
We
interesting
are also
theory.
under the impression that they are under the influence of the Theurgin, which makes them more animalistic in nature anyway.
Yes,
You'd
but
think
why double up on the captain?
Yeah, it's a good thought. Maybe they were just angry the captain made them come here on this mission at all.
That's true. But yeah, what?
So,
If in any
but
way-
more fundamentally, like theories about what happened here to the ship. Well, obviously, with them phasing in and out, there's some kind of, to make this really weird, there's some kind of temporal phenomenon going on that doesn't affect us at all. So it's something that happened to them that causes them to phase in and out of reality over the course of, what is it, 80 years? It's been, 80 years? Is that right?
So you're suggesting that because we weren't here at the point of origin when the event occurred, that we are not affected?
Yes.
What if the energy that blew up the ship could have also affected them? If it was... What's the word?
I'm trying to remember the details from the DS9 episode when Cisco is fading in and out of reality. Like he goes in and out of phase with our universe.
Oh, what's the name of that fucking movie that was ruined by the
And it was caused by a discharge from the warp core.
And so it's like some anomalous... see the word anomalous energy?
Anomalous? Yeah.
Anomalous, yeah, energy.
So what you're saying is there could be some form of quantum anomaly feeding off of the warp field that was being generated by the ship simply being powered on.
Well, they were
Yes, but
already
it's a-
experimenting with black hole technology.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Are the warp engines currently on though? Do we know that?
We had to turn on the warp core. I know that.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but that would just give you baseline power. That wouldn't necessarily give you ultra
Well,
endurance or life support.
if it's
Well,
operating
Yeah,
at
we kinda
all, it might be
we kinda just
explaining
fixed
why
it.
it might explain why those crew members are fading in though.
Ha! Sorry, I just read what Zythor wrote.
Wow, I was like, wow, that was really wrong. Got it.
He's saying, Table of Horrors meets Star Trek. How does this horror usually work in a usually positive episode such as Star Trek? Maybe social horror, like if you have to travel alone with someone like Wesley Crusher in a shuttle for some weeks. That got me. I thought that was good.
Like Picard does when he's going to get his heart surgery.
I mean, Picard was faking it just so Wesley would shut the fuck up.
I want a tribble.
All right, Sivak, let's do this. You got another theory to add to our pile of official theories?
Why can't we just propose the two we have and see if that's even in the right direction?
Yeah, but what does it hurt to add another one?
Because it'll give us an idea with the two we have if there's even some semblance of...
All right, Captain.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, we could sit here and roll around out and find a
No,
third
I'm
one,
saying
but-
I was just telling him to choose one of the theories we've already put out there, not to make up another new one.
Oh, okay. We can propose 3, though.
Yeah, no, he has
Yeah,
2
so-
already.
Would
We,
tell us.
we might as well
So,
maybe try the 2.
I think we should go with operator error, something the captain may have done wrong. We can go with hardware malfunction, or we can go with some kind of quantum anomaly.
That's 3. We can
Yep.
propose all 3 of them.
Are those the 3 you're going with then, Lieutenant Commander Subak?
Final answer.
Okay, I can tell you, they're all wrong.
I had a feeling.
Ba-da-da-da-ba.
Oh, that was great.
Oh no.
That was me. Oh. Huh.
Do we have any evidence that someone might have come on board?
I'll give you a free clue because
I have a.
chasing your tail so badly here. Someone
I have an idea
has
though.
actually
Yeah.
said the right answer that you could pursue, but you've gone way off it now.
Okay.
Clue.
I think it was Eric's.
What was Eric's?
That they're phasing in and out because of a discharge of some kind. No.
Kinda. Warmer.
Can we get that clue? Can we get that clue for some momentum?
Yes. If Lieutenant Commander Suvak wishes it so.
Yes, please.
I will give you the first breakthrough. No, that's a bit shit, actually. No, that one's a bit shit. That one's a bit shit.
Don't I have the captain's last log? Didn't he tell us that was on the data sheet down here? That final key we needed?
You would be able to assemble the full log.
Might there be a clue in a fully assembled log?
Maybe. Maybe not.
We've
Blink
puzzled him.
3 times if the word's quantum.
Because now
It
he
has
has to
got
decide.
nothing. It has got nothing to do with the word quantum.
Okay.
It has got everything to do with other phenomenon.
There are a few other phenomenon out there, man.
So maybe it has something to do with astrophysics. Maybe there was something going on with the astrophysics involved around the black hole that caused something to occur aboard the ship, which in turn caused the power fluctuation. And it was a whole cascade effect. Maybe it wasn't actually something the captain did. Maybe it was something they flew through.
Focus on previous adventures of the Enterprise with Captain Kirk.
I'm gonna go get a
Gorn
snack.
did
You guys
it.
got this.
No, we're relying on you, Nitro. Come on.
I don't remember anything of help.
I
I
watched the
also never-
original series so long ago.
Wait a minute. You're not referring to the episode with the portal that they jump through that takes them to different places in time.
I was thinking
And it
back
was
to
Ascension.
Chicago.
No. It's not Guardian on. It's
Okay.
not Guardian on the Gate of Forever.
Okay. What about the? I don't remember what they were called. It was that one. It was like a library that they went to visit, and there was some doorway that they could walk through, and there was the one guy who was like a hologram that stayed behind to archive
That was
all
Next Gen.
people within the computer system. Was that next gen?
See,
That was definitely next gen. And I'm going to give you another clue.
brain's-
Noskavian has got it right.
Yeah, I was about to bring that up. Yep. That's where my brain keeps going, is the way that time happens around a black hole is weird because of the fact that gravity's so high and even light can't escape it, yada, yada, yada. So maybe the brief fluctuation in power opened up the black hole in order, or I'm sorry, not opened up.
Exposed them?
Exposed.
Exposed. Thank you. Exposed the black hole long enough, and since it was literally inside the ship, everybody, in a radius around it, was affected. Because how far away was the captain's quarters from here?
Oh, that's back up on like deck 6 or 8, and we're probably
Right.
down on like deck 20
Right.
something.
That's what I'm wondering. He was held up there while everybody else is down here, and he's less affected than everybody else.
And you've gone
Because
back
he's
to
so far
being
away.
freezing cold again.
Great point.
Oh, okay.
What if the black hole's causing a time loop?
And you're back to freezing cold again. It's got nothing
So
to
the
do with time.
exposure-
Nothing to do with time, even though they're shifted in time? Or they just shift...
They weren't shifted in time
Okay,
at all.
well, not time, but what about location?
Well, except that they're still here and they should have been dead like 100 years ago.
Well, yeah, but it's
Yeah, but she
it's-
makes a good point, because when
as in
you're
they're going back and
closer-
forth between our time and theirs.
No, but there's also the spaghetti effect. Like when you get closer and closer to the center of a black hole, it starts to string you out.
Mhm.
So you're technically in a lot of places at once. So maybe that had some adverse effect. Like it's the actual warping of space, the pulling.
But if you're
of
that
space
close
against
to a
the
black hole, the ship wouldn't be here.
Not
it would be
necessarily, because
gone.
it was inside the force field. And if the force field
Well,
was
yeah.
holding, and
Yeah.
it was the black hole that caused the force field to fluctuate.
And the closer you
Remember,
are to
he
the center of
said
a
that
black
they
hole-
they were trying to contain it within a force field.
Lieutenant Commander
Yes.
Subok, do for me insight, science, difficulty 3, complication range is
Focus,
1,
focus.
task roll is 2.
Can he be assisted in this role?
You can.
Okay.
How?
I'm going to reverse the emergency plasma polarizing catalyst.
I don't know what that means, but I like it. Insight, science, 1-1. Please.
Why did it do that twice?
I think you should give him 4 for that.
I can let you succeed at cost,
Okay.
and that's going to be a threat to me.
It's a lot of threat.
Count that as... Okay. You consult with your tricorder. Within the structure, you are able to find traces of tricobalt.
I've heard that word before.
Hmm.
That was a Tholium device.
Can you repeat that?
Within the structure itself, the magical black marble ball of mystery, you find traces of tricobalt.
Yes, I believe it was in the. It was either in the original Starfleet mission report where we were asked to do this, or the captain might have also repeated it. But they said that the technology they were messing with was a Folian weapon, or it was either jerry-rigged into what it is now from a Folian device or weapon.
Tricobalt.
This
Tholians.
wasn't this weapon
Right.
capable of possibly causing ruptures in subspace?
Yeah, tricobalt devices are.
No, I think the ruptures in subspace is the Omega.
But to kind of, because I'm out of character, I don't know at all what Folian stuff does. But to kind of remind everybody, like, I don't know why they're being phased in and out from here, but the reason why they're still around for as long as they have been is because when you get in around a black hole, time moves much slower for you than it does for everybody much farther away.
The most useful thing that Nitro said there, or Proto, was literally the first sentence: discard everything else.
What was the
Try
first sentence of
Cobalt.
what you just said?
Try Cobalt. Tholians.
Isn't it?
Phasing in and out.
It's explosive, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
What if it?
What if they were attempting to insert the tricobalt into the black hole? And when the two met,
Very likely. Maybe it created a rift in space-time.
Therigen. Tholians. Try Cobalt. Phasing in and out.
that's a lot of T words. Maybe the Tellarites are involved?
The unfortunate thing is I haven't watched the original series in about 25
I
years. so-
vaguely kind of remember there being one where these Tholians were coming, if I remember it correctly, in and out of this Enterprise. They were phasing in and out of the Enterprise.
Not quite. Wasn't
Like I
the
said,
Tholians.
it's been a long time. So the Enterprise crew was phasing in and out.
Would you like another clue?
Because
the 2 threat.
Is this similar to the phasing in and out that Kirk experienced on board the Defiant?
hey, hold on. Yeah, because I don't know Star Trek, I just Googled tricobalt so I could try and figure something out. It says that Romulans use tricobalts.
Okay, I'm going to go back to Lieutenant Commander Suvok.
Well, the important part was the sentence after that.
Go on then.
In the mirror universe, the Tholians also utilized tricobalt warheads to open up an interphasic rift.
That sounds right.
There was something going on with Kirk on the Defiant, where he got trapped on the Defiant because the Defiant kept phasing in and out, and Spock figured out the phasing intervals, and there was something else going on at the same time. that
Lieutenant
allowed
Commander
them-
Suvok. Insight. Yeah, insight. Science. Difficulty of 3, please.
I will help him with that by boosting the nonlinear resonating imaging imagining sustainer. Okay.
Control.
I now
I'm-
have
I'm
clear
science.
imagination.
Mr. Anderson, 1-1.
I'm going to stop reading. I feel like I'm cheating because I'm reading stuff and I'm going, oh.
That's more than good enough for me. Evidence points to the insides of the ship currently being currently harboring a spatial interphasic pocket.
Okay, so that is
Shiv, would Pro2 have knowledge or have like historic or database knowledge of stuff like what happened to Kirk?
Yes.
Okay, so, and I want to say that Anderson was actually pretty close. The Tholians detonated a tricobalt warhead
Donated?
inside the gravity well of a dead star, creating an interphasic rift in the year 2268.
same year. Look at that. So we can probably assume that what happened here is that the crew detonated a tricobalt device inside of a not a dead star, but inside of a black hole.
But
Close enough.
But in Kirk's situation, there was something involved with the transporter systems as well. That caused their issue.
Okay, go, Suvok. Do your thing.
Correct, Suvok. Captain Kirk had been caught in the Enterprise's transporter beam, so he was spared the shock of the transition and remained trapped in the empty void of the rift before the dimensional planes, between the dimensional planes in his own universe.
Lieutenant Commander Suvok,
Okay.
would you like to attempt to decrypt the logs that are stored on the isolinear chip you've been given? I'm not sure it was an isolinear chip in those days. It was something else I can't remember the fucking name of. And the decryption key in the structure.
Really yes,
Bless
yes,
you.
I would love to decrypt it, please.
Please do for me Control and Science at difficulty 2.
Can I assist him?
Control,
How?
Science, difficulty.
I have a focus in decryption.
Yeah, that's good enough for me. Do Control, Science, 1-1 for you, please, Captain's Law.
Also,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
gonna go
Oh,
close
focus
out that.
on.
I'm gonna close out that page now because I feel like I cheated.
Unfortunately, because Lieutenant Commander Suvok did not get any successes, your assist doesn't count. However, in exchange for a threat, I'll let you be successful.
Oh no. So much.
You don't think of it as threat is a bad thing. Just think of it more as
I know.
drama.
Right.
Well, rather
I know
than
what-
allowing
I know
The
what
more
music
drama,
got more dramatic.
couldn't I just make another attempt at decryption?
Yes.
Do
Control.
I assist
Science,
again?
if you so wish. Control Science. Suvok is 1-2. Talor is 1-1.
Yeah.
There we go.
Better.
There we go.
That's more like it.
Let me get some momentum. You successfully decrypt the logs. The logs reveal to you that the Sentinel attempted to detonate a tri-cobalt warhead inside the gravity well of a dead star. Their reasons for doing so were to create an interspatial pocket. From there, they could then formulate a plan to create a defense. They attempted to recreate a dead star's environment and gravity well contained in an area inside of engineering using the warp engines to sustain a shield around the test area, then introducing a small amount of tricobalt explosive. Initially, the experiment seemed like a failure, as the experiment simply collapsed in on itself and took the warp drive offline. It wasn't until it was too late that the crew discovered they had opened a small pocket of interspace that was expanding rapidly and affecting the crew's central nervous system and brain tissue. This manifested as heightened violent impulses and paranoia. As engineering was most effective, it proved impossible to contain the pocket as it expanded as the engineering crew murdered anyone who came close to engineering. The medical staff on board were aware that to counter the effects they needed to deploy Therigen diluted with synthahol, but they were unable to make enough and deploy it in time before every crew member was trapped in interspace. By this time, they will have all perished. Now that the crew are aware of the exact nature of the spatial interface, now that you are aware of the exact nature of the spatial interface, you can set your communicators to an appropriate frequency that will be able to work through the pocket and make contact with the Pendragon. This data has been successfully
Brilliant.
recorded to your tricorders.
Can we leave now?
So as soon as the channel clears, I want to sync all of my data up with Pendragon's main computers.
Absolutely fine. That will be an automatic success.
Now, Shiver, having read all that, would we know if tractoring the ship to a different location would get it away from this anomaly?
Well, it's funny you mention that, because Captain Talor receives a communication from the ship.
Oh dear
The
lord.
Pendragon or this one?
From Pendragon.
Should we, like,
No, the ghost ship isn't talking to you.
Captain Talor, this
I
is
told you
Folon.
to kill me.
We were able to locate the Sentinel's command codes and have been able to adjust our communication frequencies. What's your status? We're detecting a huge energy buildup in the Sentinel's hangar deck. We also have imminent contact with the Tholians. Can you return safely to the ship, please? Transporters are on standby.
So there's a, like, where we are, there's an energy buildup?
Can we transport through it?
If you're quick.
Yes.
Okay. Can we leave, Captain?
Wait. Before we start doing any transporting, let's double check against Kirk's logs to make sure that's not going to screw us over.
Oh, yeah,
I think
because
you'll know that that'll be fine. It's
Okay.
either that or you stay
Okay.
next to the structure
And blow up.
that's building up massive amounts of energy. And the Tholians are on the way.
I'm leaving.
I touch my comm badge of, like, full on. Count as 5 to beam over, please.
Hi, Captain.
I almost said 6 because for some reason I thought Shiv counted.
The away team are beamed back aboard the Pendragon. On arrival, they are informed the Tholians are nearly upon them, and the Sentinel energy buildup is about to hit a critical level. Pendragon needs to remain in the vicinity of the Sentinel in order to collate all the data the away team collected, as it appears the Sentinel is about to explode. The only way to make sure the data they collected has any value is to coordinate with the older vessel's computer. And I believe this would be appropriate.
Rats.
it's all right.
Don't
We
let
just
them
got
start
worked out, right?
crisscrossing.
Pardon, sorry, Lieutenant Commander Suvok?
I said, don't let them start crisscrossing.
Those are cool looking ships.
I don't like the look of that rotating asteroid. It's very aggressive.
I
I
can
think
track her into one of the ships.
the best course of action is to get the fuck out of here.
And then you will fail the mission.
But
We're
yeah,
not allowed
can't-
to.
we can't get out of here.
That's right. That's right, yeah.
We can't leave.
maybe
Can-
the captain can stall them while we finish our analysis.
Well, first of all, Pro2, can you please establish connection with the Sentinel computers, please?
Right away, Captain.
And download
How
as
do I
much
do-
data as you can.
How do
Would
I
you
do
like to
that,
declare
Chef?
red alert?
Maybe. That'd be a good idea.
Red alert.
Oh, they're not that close yet.
They're close enough.
Yeah, they're in firing distance.
I can't smell them yet.
Did you smell a
Uh,
Tholian?
Also, could you smell a Tholian that's on a different vessel?
Maybe with her
In
board implant.
space,
Maybe.
in
So-
space, no one can smell you.
Welcome to Starship Combat.
Oh dear.
You know how this works.
Yeah. I'm scared.
Captain, what's the turn order for your crew?
Question. So the one in the middle, that's the Sentinel?
Just above
Or
you,
is that...
you see the wrecked.
It's just above
Oh.
the
Yeah.
Pendragon.
It looks a,
Oh, there's
zoomed
2
out,
of
looks
them.
like a question mark.
3 of them.
There are
Oh, the
6
enemy ships?
Tholian
There are
vessels.
6 enemy ships.
I didn't
6
see the two
enemy
at the
vessels.
bottom. Oh,
We have a
no.
lot of enemies.
How threatening are Tholian vessels?
Extremely.
Okay, that's what
Very.
I thought, but I thought I'd ask.
Yeah, it's not cool.
I mean, they do have weapons that literally cause interphasal anomalies, so
Mm-hmm.
Captain Talor, what's your crew's turn order?
Just writing it out so I don't... I'll go Anderson. Pro 2. Kind. Myself, and then we'll do Suvok last.
So just to be clear, all we really have to do right now is get all the information off of the ship as possible, and then leave before it explodes or we explode,
Good luck.
or both.
Exactly.
You're outnumbered 6-1.
And we can't leave.
And the Klingons might appear.
What? That's not fair. Oh,
Yeah,
right,
Captain,
because we fought them before.
Do we know
Yeah.
anything about the Tholians?
The
I mean, we
xenophobic.
would know things.
Oh, that's good.
So diplomatic.
Diplomacy doesn't work much with Tholians. Like, at all.
He's right, you know.
They consider, if I remember correctly, they consider themselves above all other species and don't even want to talk to us. So,
Do we know when the Sentinel's going to explode?
No.
No.
soon. Okay. It's gonna be fun.
Anything more you'd like to have a committee about whilst you're outnumbered by 6 vessels?
Well, I was thinking tea and cookies, maybe.
Oh,
Set out the
tempt
best
me.
service.
Commander
some
Anderson.
coffee.
And I would also like to remind you, you've all got dedicated things for Starship Combat. You want to check them out.
Combat reference.
And I will also take this time to remind you, you don't have anyone on tactical.
I jump on the tactical station, which I think is not an action. Security and tactical reference. I immediately fire phasers at. Why did the small ships not have any names or health?
Because they're not your ships. But the viewers at home
well,
know what's
we
going on,
see-
so don't worry.
Okay.
No, the 3 big ones we see health and shields for.
Yeah.
We
And
just
their
don't
name.
see them on the small ones.
Oh well.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to take aim and fire at the nearest small Tholian vessel, the one just behind the asteroid belt there, or asteroid field there. Yep,
That one?
that's the one.
Okay.
Yep. With phasers.
Remember how it works for phasers on the ship? You do remember how to fire phasers, right, Worf?
And it is.
On the ship.
Yeah.
The big yellow
And then we
button.
do. What is it? Okay, no, I don't remember about the input value. Do you remember?
Okay.
Does
your
anyone
first,
remember what
your
we
first
put there?
task is to do control and security.
Oh,
Well,
geez.
doesn't you can just press the
No,
Fire
Fire
phasers?
no?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
he needs
Okay,
to
then
do
no, I
his-
don't remember.
on his own
I'm
character
bad back
sheet,
then.
control and security first.
Control and security.
Difficulty
What's the
is
complication
2
range?
for firing phaser. 1.
And bam.
So you're doing 1, 2.
And failed miserably.
That's a shame.
Alright. Next up.
The Tholian vessel that you were going to fire on is going to aim its disruptor banks at your gorgeous ship. And miss. Which takes us to Pro 2.
So
At least they're as
So-
incompetent as myself.
Well, they got 1 success. Don't get cocky, kid.
Still missed.
Captain, I need
True.
advice here because I know we can't just leave. I just don't know what our options are to not get gunned down, but also complete the mission as asked.
Do you like a Bee Gees song? Stay alive.
Staying alive, please. Yeah.
Do you think by shooting the asteroid we can deflect it into that smaller ship? Redirect the path.
Wasn't what I
nothing
was
else, we
hoping
might
you'd
be
say,
able to
but
break it up.
maybe.
I'm trying to
Hit him with
create
the green light
advantage.
flame
You said be creative. I'm trying to be creative.
I'm impressed, not confused. I'm impressed.
I am too.
Even if
that's not what I was asking for.
Even if you didn't manage to redirect the asteroid, if you hit it in the right spot, some of the debris coming off might hit those ships.
I was just
Sorry,
thinking
I
you're going
guess
to tractor
I
beam it into
misunderstood.
one of them.
I'm just misunderstood your question.
No, I'm saying that what are our objectives here? What do we, other than getting out of here, what do we need to do to
Not die.
have a successful mission? Well, I mean, that
We
was
have-
part of the first part I said.
Finish collecting the data from the Sentinel.
Yes, we have to save as much information from their databanks as we can. And
Before
we
they
have to
explode.
stay until the ship is gone.
Which is what I had tried to get a head start on with my tricorder and failed to do.
Well, since I'm just the con, I'm gonna hold my action and let other people figure out what they want to do.
All right. The small Tholian ship,
Which one?
the one at the bottom. It's going to use attack pattern.
Actually, okay.
Fail miserably.
Did they crash into the asteroid?
It didn't fail that miserably.
Whoa, that sound effect scared the crap out of me.
That's good.
I
Lieutenant
was like,
Kind,
what's that sound coming from?
How kind are you?
do you feel lucky, punk?
Well, as the least combat effective person on here, I guess I'm going to take control of the tactical and going to.
Anders is on tactical.
He can move it, that's fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
I shoved him out of the way. Be like, move over.
You don't
you
even
can
need
also
to do that.
just-
You can
No, you don't
transfer
even
tactical
have to.
control to any
Station.
console.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I like mine more. Okay, I like being able to physically. But
Can I
fine.
get up and punch him after being shoved out of the way?
I
No,
thought
anyway.
Caliburn crew were
I'll just
unique.
transfer. Can I do the whole asteroid thing? Can I shoot the asteroid and have it ricochet into that ship?
You want to shoot the asteroid?
Yeah, make it go into that ship.
Okay, do for me. First of all, this is going to be difficulty 3 task. Control, security.
Make sure you say you're going to aim.
Yeah, well,
No
I'm gonna
aim.
aim, but
This isn't
There's
ground
no
Yeah,
combat.
aiming with Starship
Starship.
combat.
Well, point it in the right direction.
Still
I have a
with the
focus.
pointy end.
I have
A
a
giant, a
Oh.
giant scope unfolds from the top of the saucer section.
I have a focus that's called composure, but I haven't been able to actually dig up the actual meaning. Because I feel like composure removes a point of difficulty. I could be wrong though.
I don't know
Oh,
if
yeah, you're right. I don't see composure on.
It's in my
like I have
focus.
Did you say-
composure as well.
Focus isn't a talent.
Is it? Wait.
Yeah,
Hmm?
focus
Okay,
isn't a
that's-
talent though. A focus is just like part of your character's personality, I think.
Well, I
Kind of.
think they're skills.
Well, I think talents are skills.
Because my focuses are starship tactics. I have those.
By the way, I grew up aboard a starship, my character, so my focuses are starship weapon systems, starship recognition, starship power systems, starship computer systems, shuttlecraft operations, and composure.
Damn! Yeah, if you want to shoot the asteroid. Control, security, difficulty 3.
Smash it, man. Get it. Get after it.
We're gonna fail miserably at this, so might as well.
Oh, you almost made it.
Though.
Wait a minute! Fire the phasers from the ship. The ship assists you.
Oh right.
Oh, right, it does too. I forgot.
So what's my value? 2?
You're at 2 right now.
No.
Yeah.
If you want to add in power, that's what you do there.
Yeah.
And you repeat the same
Yeah.
number.
So
I
2.
don't think you want to
Or
make it too powerful.
You can add in momentum and increase the number of damage dice you do. Otherwise, just leave it
I
blank.
don't think you want to do too much damage if all you're trying to do is push it.
The most, I believe, the most power you can add is 2.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
All right.
And that was at the big spinny asteroid there.
Yerp.
And yeah, okay. So what we'll do is we will delete that asteroid, and in exchange, you're going to do, let's call it 5 points stress damage to that small ship and its shields.
Very creative. I like it.
Out of character, real quick. What's the limit on the tractor beam? Like number of items.
1.
You can only tractor one thing, I think.
Okay. I just wanted
it's
to track
also-
through that group of rocks and just like throw it at them like a shotgun pellet.
That would be amazing.
That,
Like the
oh, yeah,
the Enterprise swinging its tractor beam over its head and flinging the asteroid, the Pendragon.
that little ship at the top is going to fire its disruptor banks at the gorgeous Pendragon.
I'm going to use my evasive action, or not? What's it called? Evade. I would like to make an evasive action.
Because he
'cause I
held
held
his
my
action.
Okay, well, first of
I
all,
was
we'll
waiting
do.
for somebody.
Let's have a look.
I get to just turn my focus on and leave it on because I got to focus in large spacecraft piloting.
Okay, you first of all applied 5 shield damage to the Pendragon. Oh wait, what's the Pendragon's resistance?
6.
Hold on. I didn't
Resistance
open
6.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it does no damage whatsoever to the shields. And evasive action. Control, con. Difficulty is 1.
Beep, beep.
And if you could do it on the ship, please.
There it is.
Nice.
Did that?
Why is it going down?
That's your power.
Oh no, yeah, that one. That does, yeah.
Because
the power does
thanks
go
to
down.
the god Noscavian, we figured out how to automatically deduct power from the ship. Thanks, Noscavian.
Oh.
Thank you, Niscavian.
You have to help me remember though, because if I continue using evasive action every turn, I have a talent that makes it take no power. I will try and remember that, but
The Atholian Weaver, back top, just about got a shot over on the Pendragon. Now it's going to fire its disruptor banks at you.
It's more difficult now, right? Oh, it didn't
yeah, it's
matter.
difficulty.
I completely
They were
misses
remotely
anyway.
close.
And I believe it is now Captain Talor's turn.
Get him, Captain.
I'm gonna shoot that little asteroid at the top.
At the
Try
top.
and hit
This
this
one?
little guy. Yeah.
Okay. Do for
What's
me.
a pool shot?
Control,
8 ball, corner
security,
pocket.
difficulty is 4.
Oh
So that's complication.
Because every
4?
time you fire,
no!
you are increasing the difficulty by 1. And this is the
Yeah.
third time you fired.
No. Complication range is whatever he tells you it is. It has nothing to do with
Complication range
difficulty.
is 1. So you want to be doing control, security, 1, 2.
Yeah, you just want 4 successes.
Oh, okay. Can I use a focus? Because I have a focus in Starship Dick.
Yes. And if you could do 5 phases from the Pendragon, please.
And keep it at 0, right?
If you want.
Number of dice, leave it same thing.
Yep.
Not quite.
Unfortunately, the phasers aren't able to quite penetrate the thick asteroid rock. Oh, now we're going to be finished.
The Pendragon is just firing, lasers off.
Firing.
It's like a laser light show.
No, we're going to the disco.
This Tholian Weaver here is going to maneuver there. This Tholian Weaver went all the way to market. No, he's going to maneuver there. And that is the end of the first round.
Yes, it is.
However...
Wait, I don't get a turn?
Oh! You're right.
What?
Sorry. Thank you very much.
No, you don't get
Lieutenant Commander Suvok.
I'll be in the lounge if you need me.
Just having a drink and watching this.
10 forward, yeah.
Great fireworks show, guy. Thank you.
What would you like to do, Lieutenant Commander Suvok?
I would like to ready an action for the next time that somebody targets one of the Tholian ships.
Ooh.
Okay. Yes, Nosgavian, we were praising you for your work on the power system. This Tholian Weaver goes there, and that would be the end of round 1. However, and you're going to like this, I promise.
Oh, boy.
I kind of predicted this,
Where's the bloody buggering?
but that's only because I know. I know.
The Klingons
things.
are coming in.
Nope, even better.
The Sentinel is going to explode.
Pendragon, this is Captain Perfecto on the Mordred. Looks like you need a hand. We'll help you deal with them.
The U.S.S. Mordred. is in
Excellent.
play.
God help. The U.S.S. Sorry?
Ooh.
U.S.S. Mordred.
More
Is that a
dread.
Prometheus
I like it.
class?
Oh, it sure is.
It's also part of
Oh,
Task
boy.
Force Camelot. Now, how this works is you don't have direct control exactly over the Mordred, but you can tell it what you want it to do.
Who can?
Destroy.
Anyone?
Is that a Prometheus class vessel? Okay.
Totally is.
Uh,
I don't know what that means, but I'm excited.
can Captain Talor ask them to take a multi-vectored attack posture?
I don't know what that means, but that sounds exciting.
The Prometheus class starship in Star Trek, unlike the Galaxy class, doesn't separate into 2 separate ships. It separates into 3, specifically for combat purposes.
Can I give you one of those?
Who's the ranking officer?
Captain
I
Perfetto
think you're the ranking of
No, like,
on the
there's
Mordred.
captain, but doesn't someone have more authority than the other?
You
No.
would.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah.
Hiccup.
Yeah, you're
You
technically
would.
both captains, so
You are in the larger ship, and they are coming in support of your mission, so you would technically be the task force commander.
Yeah, this is all the minutia they don't tell you about. My ship's bigger than you, but yours breaks into fancier little parts.
Would you like it to
And
break
it's a
into
bigger
fancy little
boat.
parts?
Yes, please.
I knew a lot of things about this game. I didn't know about this part.
Engineering. Ready the ship for multi-vector assault mode.
Oh,
Oh,
he
yeah.
knew that.
Oh,
He
that's
was
so
waiting for
cool.
that.
That's awesome.
Yes.
That's cool.
It's got 4 nacelles.
Oh.
It
Neat.
splits right down the middle of the secondary hull, and the upper portion of the saucer section splits away too.
That's awesome.
I'm so glad you asked me to do that. I spent days doing this, literally, featuring the voice
Would've been-
talents of Aurora Sanguine.
She did a great job.
She really did.
Mhm.
She's never even really got into Star Trek, and she did some amazing voice work. Please consider supporting her. Anyway, Pendragon.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
That
And it might
cool,
be prudent
Nitro?
to request that the Mordred focus on smaller ships, since those are the ones that have the potential to build the Tholian web, while we focus on the larger ships.
check out the STA discussions.
Commander Anderson, what would you like to do?
Gaze out the window at the very pretty. Anyway, so it's a new round. So the difficulty has been reset on attacking. Correct.
Correct.
All right. I am going to just a moment. So I'm going to transfer back tactical control to my station.
That's your minor action. That's fine.
And then I'm going to fire phasers at the nearest Tholian Weaver.
Can I jump in with my action?
Yes.
I would like to scan for weakness in support of his attack on the Tholian Weaver.
Let's do the
Beauty.
scan for weakness first, then. That makes most
Mhm.
sense. As soon as I can find a bloody thing that you've got to roll, although I have a feeling I know what it is, and if I'm right, I'm going to kick myself. I'm going to kick myself. Control and science for me, please. Lieutenant Commander Suvok. Difficulty is 1. Complication range is 2. No, complication range is 1, so you want to do 1, 2.
Do I do that on my card or on the Pendragon's card?
Do the control and science on your card. So that's complication range of 1.
The ship
difficulty 2.
doesn't.
Wonderful.
The ship doesn't even have control.
And if you could highlight the ship and do scan for weakness on the ship. Wonderful.
Beautiful. All right. And then I'm doing.
It's gone nuts again.
I'm just being thorough.
He's really scanning.
Intense
Okay, so
screwed to me.
I have
Yes,
to do
so-
a control and security, and then fire phasers.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Look, we're going to have a serious falling out, you and I. So have a momentum. 7 with piercing 2. You've rolled 2 effects. So that's piercing 4. I'm going to take that down to 7 shields on the Thonian Weaver.
I
Don't
think
even
you reduced it on all of the Tholian Weavers.
I know, don't worry.
Okay. Wait, are
Lesson
they just
learned for
clones of
next
each other?
time. Yeah.
Oh.
Because otherwise I have to do every single macro several times.
I see.
Lesson learned. Sonian Spinner, up at the top, is going to fire on the U.S.S. Mordred saucer section. Because he's kind of panicking a bit, looking at this ship that's just suddenly split into 3 and is, bricking himself. Oh no, that's actually... Woo! I successfully, the Tholian Spinner managed to successfully get a hit on the U.S.S. Mordred saucer section. Unfortunately, the hit is so weak, it doesn't even penetrate the shields, bouncing off them harmlessly.
That's what you get for not starting with web.
Is it Proto next or Kind?
I believe so. It's mine.
Okay. Proto.
I'm gonna go into attack pattern.
I'm gonna, if I know, if that's Control and Con, I'm gonna kill myself.
I
Fuck
got
me.
it. No, it's daring and con.
Oh no, it's Daring
No,
and
it's
Con.
daring.
I was gonna say I will, but now's not the time.
Ooh.
And if you could do attack pattern on the Pendragon, please.
Oh, duh. I keep forgetting it's alphabetical order.
Oh,
That's only going to play once, thank fuck. So that's fine.
So
Oh,
now
excellent.
the difficulty increase on firing goes down by 1.
So it's back down to normal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tholian Spinner in the middle is going to slightly move there. And it's going to waste its time firing at the U.S.S. Mordred's battle section. Because it doesn't know. It's never seen this fucking thing before, and it's bricking it. And it's bricking it so much that the Tholian actually misses, with the disruptor beam flying off into space harmlessly, taking us to
Mordred just shows up, splits into 3, and the Tholians are like, "Oh man, game over, man! It's game over."
I just hope that they don't miss the Mordred and hit the Sentinel instead.
Right.
Mm.
Lieutenant Kind.
Just hope that this.
hi.
What would you like to do? Sorry. Cara.
I'm going to. I guess I might as well. I'm going to. No, I'm going to pass. Or, which is the one where.
Hold your action.
Yeah, hold my action. Until it is ready.
The Tholian Spinner at the bottom is going to waste its time. No, actually, it's going to remodulate its shields.
Hmm.
Yes! And now has a +1 resistance.
Jerky ship.
That would bring us to Captain Talor.
I feel like we could maybe spend some momentum on some combat moment. Starship.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at what there is.
I love how one of them is obtain information. You're under
I
attack.
know, it's just a cool.
Yeah, I kind of knew that.
You're fighting.
They're bad
Solarians.
guys. Yeah.
What's this devastating attack? Roll an additional system. That system suffers an additional hit, dealing half the attack's damage, rounding up.
That means when you hit a ship, get past its shields, and do actual damage to the ship itself, you do an additional bit of damage.
Okay, and we're still trying to get their shields down, so that wouldn't be one of.
Correct.
What about bonus damage?
You can add in extra dice when you do damage. That's one of the pop-ups that comes up on fire phases, for instance.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it spends power. You spend power to get extra damage.
No, that's a separate one.
Oh, okay.
When it's phases, you can add in up to 2 power. Any energy weapon, you can add up to 2 power.
What about create advantage? Establish an advantage in the scene or remove a complication. And just remove one of the ships. It's a complication of mine.
That's a complication.
Oh.
I mean, technically, you kind of use that now that you've got a reinforcement on there. But I gave you that
Well,
for free.
that wasn't our choice.
I know.
It just showed up.
It really did cool stuff. What is... I know I only have the helm and navigation reference up at the moment, because that's all I really have screen space for. What ways are there to increase the power again?
Reroute power.
Okay. Because
So
at
we're
11 of
losing
16
power, right?
every time we fire or move the ship.
There's a few other things I think that will cost power as well, but yeah.
Yeah.
Torpedoes are free, though.
Yeah.
We have to get
Torpedoes
through the
are
shields
free?
first.
Mm-hmm.
Torpedoes are most effective when the shields are not there.
Oh,
Just to
yeesh.
let the captain know, we're currently at 11 of 16 power. So, nothing to worry about yet.
No, it's better to not let them get too low either. I'll reroute the power then.
Okay.
Roll for that.
Daring. And would you prefer control or engineering?
Control. Oh, I can
Okay.
only pick one of those. I can't pick both control and daring.
I mean, you can go, it's daring or control.
Okay.
Plus
Okay, I
engineering.
can. I'd rather do control.
Control, engineering. Difficulty 2, please.
So 1,
Never
2.
mind.
Do I still get
Yes.
my starship tactics?
Nope.
Or no? That off.
Go for it, Captain. You got this.
And
Yeah.
you can do reroute power on the ship as well, please.
Oh, there it is. I was looking for it.
You can also
Sweet.
since it's succeeded, you can also spend some momentum to gain extra power.
What's the max you can use?
Just to let you know, Shiv,
It's
the
fine.
power didn't go up.
Yeah, it doesn't. You have to manually add power back up.
Okay.
Because this is one of
So
those
what do
ones
we
where
add then?
you can repeat
Gotcha.
it. So if you want to right now, you can chuck in, so you can spend more momentum and gain more than 1 power.
So we got one back?
You got 1
Yep.
power
Yeah.
right now. You can add more
Okay.
if you want, at the cost of momentum.
Do you guys want to spend 2?
That's what I
Sure.
said.
Let's make a big hit.
I think we can afford it.
That'll put us at 14,
14.
right?
3 in total, so 14. I got it.
Okay.
I've got the ship thing open just in case.
So if you want to add in 3 power, please, Nitrotan.
I did.
Sorry, Protutan. I have taken the momentum away. And Tholian Weaver in the middle is going to fire its disruptor banks at the Pendragon.
It's not fair.
Or not, apparently. Oh no, there it is. Yes!
Oh, they hit.
And resistance is 6, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Correct.
And those are disruptor banks, so that's 3, 10, 4 points of shield damage to the Pendragon.
That's not so bad.
Okay. Lieutenant Commander Suvok.
Yes. I'm wondering if we launch a Class 3 probe towards the Sentinel, would that be able to strengthen our connection and maybe get us to complete the download a bit faster? Because that's essentially what they're designed for. Class 3 probes are surveillance probes. Could do some
So
slight modification.
Launch probe is a sensor task.
Right, which falls under Science Station, if I remember correctly.
Great. Sorry.
I'm going to count that as creating an advantage.
Yes.
So do for me
That's
control,
really cool.
science, difficulty. Let's call it 1, please.
And
Would the
that's
ship be able to
range 1, task roll 2, correct?
Correct.
Would the ship be able to assist in any way?
Yes.
Is there a button for that? Or
Nope.
if not,
Oh, God.
okay.
Okay, the ship cannot
Would it
assist.
be okay?
Because you need at least 1
Oh,
success
that-
to get an assist.
He could re-roll though with the momentum, right?
That's true.
Oh,
I
I could.
suggest.
But that would be down to task roll 1, correct?
You can re-roll 2, I believe.
You can if you want. Yep.
I will take it.
Okay.
It was just the aim that was only 1 die.
You gotta be kidding me.
And
gotta
that's
be
a complication. You,
Row.
unfortunately, during the panic
Wow.
of trying to launch a probe, you accidentally send a feedback loop through the power grid, and the ship loses 4 power.
Great.
Meanwhile, aboard the U.S.S. Mordred, Saucer Section is going to fire phaser cannons at the Tholian spinner.
Fire the cannons.
And it gets a hit. 11.
Excellent. That's a big hit.
With 2 effects as well.
Ooh, nice.
I'm going to count that as enough to disable the Tholian spinner. The U.S.S.
Bye-bye.
Mordred Star Drive section is going to move in close range to there. And fire phaser array. No, actually, fuck it. It's going to fire. Where the bloody hell are they?
First time playing around with a Prometheus class ship. So
As a
it's gotta be
Romulan
great.
once said, fire everything!
It's going to fire photon torpedo at that middle Tholian spinner.
Nice.
Big bada boom.
Big bada boom.
That's a
Rocket
critical.
torpedo on the target and fire.
Man,
We need to roll with a Prometheus at our side from now
at
on.
all times, yes. We're just contact Starfleet. We're gonna keep the Mordred. Just FYI.
We'll Star Citizen it, see if it fits in their hangar bay.
Damn, we got rid of that one too. Oh, Willie.
Wow. Here we go.
Battle section is going to move slightly there. Tholian Weaver's still got too many shields, I think, so it's going to fire the phaser array. Yeah.
Big hit coming here.
Lock phasers and fire.
Oh, damn. It takes down the shields completely. Unfortunately, there's not enough damage left over to do any actual damage to Tholian Weaver.
Yes, but that sets me up for a very fun plan.
Running speed? I'm kidding.
And we will call that the end of round 2.
I wonder if this will make the Tholians reconsider us as equals.
No.
Nah. Once a
Unfortunately.
xenophobe, always a xenophobe.
So,
Hopeless thoughts.
Commander Anderson.
We still have attack pattern, right?
Difficulty.
Yep. Beautiful.
It goes until my turn. Yep.
So I'm going to target that Tholian Weaver with the shields down and fire torpedoes.
Nice.
Quantum torpedoes.
Very nice.
Really packing the punch.
Control, security.
Big bada boom.
Difficulty is 3. Complication range is 1. Task roll is 2.
It goes. Wait, what's the difficulty normally? Because it goes down by 1.
3.
So it's
3
down
for
to 2.
torpedoes, 2 for phasers.
Okay. So it
So
should
it
be
goes
2
down
now.
to 2.
Yeah. Alright. Control, security. Bam.
Wonderful. And Pendragon. Fire quantum torpedo from the Pendragon.
That damage, though. Wait, it's red, so that means it gets a thing, right? Still trying to read how
5.
those work.
It says 1 plus effect, 1 plus effect, plus
And
1.
the quantum torpedoes do have. I can't remember what it's called now. Vicious. So you do 5 damage in total.
Nice.
Which I'm going to use to say you disabled the Weaver. I think that's good enough.
Nice.
Nice.
You have to reset the other one.
Really need to work on that when I get some chance. Tholian Weaver at the bottom. is going to attempt to regenerate some shields. Oh, no. Woo.
Ooh.
You sound so excited.
I get one shield back. Is it Pro 2 now?
I would like to do the attack pattern again.
Okay. Is that daring and con?
Yep, there
Ooh,
you
Ooh.
go.
Very nice.
And
Nice.
well done.
yeah, there we go. 4 successes. Only needed 1. Got 4. Or sorry, we needed 2, but got 4.
And every
Beautiful.
time you need four elsewhere, you get 1.
Exactly, yeah.
Athonian Weaver up there. It's not got much chance of anything. It's going to take an evasive action. No, it's not. Fuck that. It's going to scan for weakness on the Mordred Star Drive section.
There's a cool sound effect.
Very.
Which takes us to Lieutenant Kine.
Right. Now, are shields at 14 or is it at 9?
14. 9 is our power.
Here. Okay, I'm going to do gonna do power management to try and get some power back.
Okay. Would you prefer daring or control?
Control.
Control. Engineering. Difficulty 2, please.
Complication 1 or 2?
1. Task roll 2.
Oh, that's amazing.
Unfortunately, you're unable to currently reroute any power, as the entire power grid is busy with other things.
Apparently. Doesn't
Well-
want to talk to him at all.
At least I didn't zap it, so
True. Little Tholian spinner here.
Poor Suvok.
Slightly moved there. I was going to try and signal jam the Pendragon.
Hey.
Front row. Keyword attempt.
wow.
I'm completely fucked
That
up in the
was-
process.
Shiv, now you know how we feel during VTM. Just not getting good rolls.
Captain myself. That's Captain Talor.
Oh. Oh,
Your turn.
I thought you said captain yourself because you were talking about the Mordred.
No, I was quoting the Discord.
Ah, I get it.
Okay, I'm gonna reroute some power.
And I believe you prefer control?
Had my sheet up. No, I don't. So same as last time, control engineering.
Yep, difficulty is 2. And if you want to do reroute power on the ship, please.
That
Are we
even work?
spending any extra?
Doesn't look like it actually worked. Let's find out.
Yeah, it's not rolling a number for some reason.
Wonderful.
I think
I'm
I
gonna
did
count
that
that as
last time
fine.
as well.
Do you want to spend any
spend-
momentum?
How much do we get back?
1 by default, and then +1 for every momentum we spend.
We have
How much
5 momentum right now.
Do you want to spend 1? Sure. We'll do 1 momentum.
Okay, so power is now at 11.
Yay.
We're back to 11.
And we will go to Lieutenant Commander Suva.
Captain, should I make another attempt to strengthen the link between us and the Sentinel, or should I focus on combat?
Is there anything further we can do to speed up the download
It's just
of
going
the
to be
information?
surrounded by probes at this rate.
Yeah, basically, launching a probe is the only way to strengthen it.
Fire all the probes.
I believe with the help of the Mordred, the faster we get the information, the faster we'll be out of here.
So do it.
Let's make another attempt with the probe.
Please.
You can, but just for reference, it's not going to make things any faster.
Okay, well then.
Oh, well then I will.
As far as mechanics wise are concerned, you've already created the advantage of faster download.
Oh, I thought it failed last time.
Did it fail? I thought it was successful last time.
It failed.
It failed. That was the overload,
in that
and we
case,
lost a
yeah,
bunch of
fuck
shields, and
Yeah.
Oh, in that case, fuck yeah. Control, science. Difficulty 2.
You got
Shouldn't have
this.
said anything.
Yeah.
Oh, better.
And what would the ship assist
Ship
with?
can assist with something.
Sensors and science?
Yeah, it's going to have to be sensors and science, isn't it?
Well, I pre-selected figuring that those made the most sense.
Ooh. Ooh.
Momentum!
Excellent. And now it's going to be the Mordred. Mordred? Well, what would you like the Mordred to do? Because there's only one small ship left and it's far away. It can concentrate on there, but it may not be able to get all 3 sections there in time to do anything. It could
think
go
we
for the
should
Weaver.
Yes.
Get the Weaver.
Okay, saucer section. Just going to move slightly there. It's got enough power. Yeah, it's got enough power. And it's going to fire laser cannons at the Tholian Weaver.
Fire the cannons.
Can we just
Damn.
have Mordred on like speed dial? from
Yeah,
now on?
please, just absolutely.
That is going to completely annihilate the shields. And we're going to reduce the power by 3. Because the primary shield array on the Tholian Weaver is completely bollocksed.
I like that. Bollocks
It
is
actually says
excellent.
that.
I love it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I made
that's
it. Of course it says that. You should
Oh,
see
no,
some. Let's
this-
see what else we've got in there.
Running on a hope and a prayer.
Looks like a Tallarite on a bad day.
The tertiary.
Needs a
There was
cold
something in there about
restart.
gunpowder.
I can't.
Oh,
Can I
gummed
change
up.
the laws of physics? My.
There was something in
Love
there
it.
about Klingon's
Oh.
mother or something, but it's not coming up, is it?
Is a hopeless pile of junk.
It's blown halfway to
Oh,
the
well.
gel.
Star drive section. Move there. It doesn't need to do anything. It's going to fire a spread of photon torpedoes.
Yeah. Good night, Irene.
Oh, maybe. Oh, yep.
Fire torpedoes. Full spread.
Miss.
No, it's a miss.
Just barely misses.
That's a first.
Yeah, they've been very, very reliable there for a while. Got distracted by the asteroid.
Battle section will go there. Oh, now we get the phaser
Right.
noise.
I love the back and forth between the two channels.
That was awesome.
That took me a lot of effort. Yeah, fuck it. The battle section is also going to do a full spread of photon torpedoes. Oh, fuck me.
Oh,
Wow.
Full spread of photon torpedoes.
Just
on my
all
mark.
around it, hey? So that comes back to me, right?
Yep.
And you have a -1 still until it's my turn again.
I sure do. Am I within range of that damage to Lane Weaver?
At the very bottom.
No, the one that they were firing at. It's a long range. But...
Not so much range as the fact that you've got an asteroid field in the way.
Oh, the asteroid field is what's gonna screw me. Okay, got it.
Just
Can
barely.
you move the ship as a minor action?
I don't think it's
Not-
a minor action to move the ship.
Only a close range maneuver.
Okay.
What is this, the start of the third round? Or the fourth?
Fourth, I think.
Oh! Come back all I've said. In that case, with the advantage that you made, I think you've successfully managed to download all the data.
Yes.
Okay. And did a splendid job of surviving.
Indeed.
Hey, Shiver. When are we going to get Steam Runner with its little fighter escorts as reinforcements?
There is no
Is that in
Steam
the
Runner
Prometheus?
class in Task Force Camelot, but I do have stats for the Steam Runner class in the game.
Well, an Akira could work just as well, but it is big.
There is an Akira class in Task Force Camelot.
By the
Those
way,
suckers carry like 2 squadrons of fighters.
I have to say, I'm glad you
That's
brought
the
that up
U.S.S.
because
one.
I love the Steam Runner class. Gorgeous ship.
Great party ship.
Gorgeous ship.
It's lovely, isn't it?
So do we know when the Sentinel's going to explode then?
Probably
it
pretty
getting
freaking
critical?
soon.
Couldn't I
So what-
technically do a scan of the area to try and determine that?
There's the Steam Runner class.
Yep. There she is.
So I had to visit the little android's room.
Oh dear, that's awesome. So is combat over now? Can we just leave?
I mean, you can just leave. You're going to leave the Mordred high and dry after it's coming.
No, I was going to tell them. I was going to tell them. Hey, we can just get the hell out of here now. I don't know.
Nope. Sticking around.
Because I'm worried that if we stay much longer, we could get destroyed by the explosion of the warp core on the Sentinel.
That, and we're Starfleet. We're not really here to take lives.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Only in lives don't matter.
That's only because they think the same of everyone and everything else.
They're
Captain,
just rocks with legs.
Captain.
Anderson.
We now have all of the data we came here for, and I think we should communicate with the Mordred that we can step back from this battle and return to the starbase.
I concur. Please communicate with the Mordred to disengage and meet at a rendezvous point.
It's easy for you to say.
Coordinating crews to cover Class 3 Pro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks like the situation is under control now. Bring the ship back together.
That'd be such a cool ship to be on.
Hey man, you fucking leave the Sovereign class alone. She's a gorgeous ship.
She is. Yeah.
And with that,
But
you want to depart?
Yes, please.
Warp speed, whatever the captain says.
Incoming transmission.
Glad to be of assistance, Pendragon. We'll head back to patrol. Mordred.
I love her
out.
accent. It's awesome.
No comment.
I was talking to Shiver while he was editing all those, and he kept talking about the accent.
I'm sure that's exactly what he kept talking about.
Oh.
Is it just me, or is he turning the color of his shirt?
Yep, he really, really is.
Oh
I
boy.
love the ship.
Do the warp drive thing, you bastards.
Captain, what speed do you wish?
There's a button on the ship for warp drive.
Yeah,
I know, it's asking me for warp speed, though.
Oh, wow. Don't think it really matters on the way out. Warp 6.
9.975.
6 it is.
It fails.
Oh, I didn't make my roll. I have to make my roll, don't I? Control con.
Yeah, do control con,
Yeah.
fuck it.
Don't fuck the con.
Wonderful.
That's not good, yeah.
Ship
Okay.
failed. I don't.
Stand down, red alert.
Bear in mind, we can't maintain warp 975 for more than 8 hours without overloading assistance.
Yeah, that's why
I
we
put
went with warp 6.
anyway. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we went with 6.
Okay.
I was just joking.
You successfully leave the area. The Tholians disengage with their tail, rock tail, between their legs. On your sensors, you notice the Sentinel basically explode, phase out of reality with an extremely large explosion. Fortunately, you were able to recover the data. Fleet Captain Bathory
Oh,
hails the Pendragon.
Collecting data on the explosion that the Sentinel caused.
that's what Tholians look like. That's awesome.
Or the little legs.
Yeah.
You should hear them speak.
I'm gonna keep that search up and see if there's any videos later.
There are 2 episodes they're in, but you probably want to watch the Mirror Universe Star Trek Enterprise episode.
It's funny because they're referenced a ton in Star Trek, and you hardly ever see them. They're like that hidden menace kind of thing.
Fleet Captain Bathory hails the Pendragon. Captain Talor, we have you on sensors. Leaving the area from the Sentinel, were you successful in your mission?
Indeed. We have the information you requested.
Excellent. And we can see that you drove off the Tholians in the process. With the help of the Mordred.
Yes. We appreciate the assist.
We'll be passing on her thanks, so you can also thank her in Starbase 11 in person if you so wish. Due to the ongoing conflict with the Klingons and the increasing number of hostiles, All ships in Task Force Camelot have been authorized to request reinforcements from one another.
Ooh.
It's much appreciated. We will more than likely need it from time to time.
Starbase 11, out. And the view screen fades back. Any last-minute discussions you want to have?
Is there a
Well,
roster for the task force? Like, do we know what ships and classes and all that?
Yes.
Exciting.
It's awesome.
There is the U.S.S. Caliburn, which is Excelsior class refit. U.S.S. Merlin, which is a Galaxy class. I'm
Ooh.
going to look it up myself. U.S.S. Lancelot, I believe, is a Defiant class. Mordred is Prometheus. U.S.S. Guinevere
Holy.
is a Kira class.
That is an incredibly powerful task force. There's a lot of power there. But Defiant is still my favorite, though. Defiant class.
I do love a
Just
Defiant class.
amazing. I love that you take like a Galaxy class warp engine and weapons and shove it into this tiny little ship. It's like, okay.
Lancelot Defiant class with Captain Vesh. The USS Valiant Nebula class with Captain Samesh. Mordred Prometheus class Captain Perfetto. USS Merlin Galaxy class with Captain Bannister. No, with Captain Jonas. USS Guinevere Akira class with Captain Bannister. And the Caliburn Excelsior refit class with Captain Salim.
Captain Jonas probably throws some really good parties.
You'd be surprised, he does not.
You put a Jonas brother on a Galaxy-class cruiser, and they don't throw good parties?
I will tell Flint that you think he's a Jonas brother.
Ouch.
That'll be a great conversation over Twitter later.
I didn't know that was Flint. That makes it even funnier.
Any last minute things you want to talk about? Or RP?
That was a sketchy mission, Captain.
Indeed.
A lot of ways
Yet
we could have
another
died there.
one. Feel
I'm
like
really
this
glad
is-
the Mordred came along to save our skin.
Yes, I intend to personally extend my thanks.
She'll like that.
I think that was the least amount of how do I put it?
Medical assist that you required?
Yes. I did very well that mission.
Only had to inject yourself once.
Yeah.
All the other times I didn't have to do it, I just wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
The entire crew responded exemplary. I was proud of everybody's actions today. I do believe we can head back to Starbase with our heads held high.
Captain, if it's all right with you, while we're still en route to Starbase 11, I would like to start my analysis of the data we've gathered in preparation for my final report to Starfleet.
Please do. I do believe they would appreciate a head start.
I'll get on that immediately.
Torn between 3 different people to raid. We'll go to Kendu. Because he actually popped into the chat earlier today, so we'll raid Kendu.
Nice.
Thank you all for
Lovely.
coming. He's
Thank
lovely,
you.
by the way.
That was awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so
Sure.
much.
Thank
A
you,
lot of
Shiver.
I
All
was
that
like,
work.
I was like, okay, we beam back. Okay, we're gonna go home, and it's like dun dun dun. I'm like, oh shit.
Well, thank you for coming,
That's awesome.
and we will see you soon.
Good night.
I thought you were going to say in the verse.